What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the GDQ Hotfix, and welcome to episode 2 of Parallel Universe, the show solely focused around community-created content. We have not one, not two, not even three, but in fact 4 Celeste custom maps for you today. And, well, I will let our wonderful runner, if I could speak, explain exactly what this first one is. That's why I'm having you do it, because apparently I can't speak.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Comet, and today for the first custom map that we're going to be showing off is going to be Glyph, which is a really cool map made by Marshall H that came out in 2019. I think this map, it's just going to speak for itself when you see it, with like the cool mechanics that they add in this. So yeah, and joining me on commentary is going to be Frozen Flygon. If you would like to say hi.
Hey! Yeah, I'm super excited about this. I mean, Glyph is an incredible... It's an incredible map. It's an incredible speed run. I absolutely love this, and I'm excited to see kind of a refreshed run of it. It's been a bit, and I know Comet has some exciting new strats to showcase.
Yeah, you haven't played it since 2021, right?
Yeah, it's been a while for me. Yeah. I ran this at SGDQ 2021 and then kind of, set it down for a while, but there's been a ton of activity. It's a really great map.
Yeah, so
yeah, I am really excited for everything here myself. I will note real quick before we begin, if you are watching on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to press the like button on this video and subscribe to the Games Done Quick channel, and visit us at twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you want to see our live content. With that said, the floor is yours. Good luck.
All right, yeah, I'm
ready to enjoy some Celeste.
So yeah, I'll use a countdown. So yeah, Frozen, if you want to count me down.
I got it. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Bergie.
Bergie. You know what I'm immediately remembering is I don't have file time on, so you know what? I can just.
Let's. Yeah, there we go. Let's throw that on real quick.
Just lose a second.
Immediately invalid run. Congratulations.
Sick.
Please don't world record.
I won't. Don't worry. So yeah, right off the bat, we already saw our first teleport. So this map is going to have a lot of teleporting between different areas. The whole like theme is that we're going to be like going through the seasons. So the first season here, we have spring, also known as pink, and frozen. We have some emoji combos that we have
yes,
to represent this map and all the
exactly.
seasons.
I really need everyone in the chat to spam cherry blossom. Please, this is pink. First, I mean, I think you can obviously see why. Spring is a very beautiful part of this pack, and please just put as many cherry blossoms in the chat as possible. Thank you.
Yes. First thing I'd like to talk about now is, not usually talked about first in Celeste runs, is demo dashing. Demo dashing is essentially dashing with a crouch hitbox. There it is. Just went through some spikes. By the way, there's gaps in spikes, and when you dash with a crouch hitbox, you can go through them sometimes. The reason I explained it so early is there's a lot of them in this map.
It is used a ton in this pack. The developer Marshall is just, pretty down for it, essentially. And there's a lot of places that it can be used, varying difficulties. So here, Comet is trying to not have to go all the way up to the top, kind of get the coin and skip here. This room's really funky. There we go, nice. So you can obviously see the berries. We're not going to be collecting the berries in this run. We're also not going to be collecting any of the coins in this room. You have a really fancy wall bounce there off the corner. It's a lot harder than it looks.
Yeah.
And now we're already into heat.
Yeah, we're in heat now, which Frozen wants the emoji.
Can we please have the hot face emoji, please? We get just hot_face. Please spam that as much as possible. We are in heat now.
Yeah, and now you're going to start seeing there are these portals that are like around each room. Another demo dash, by the way. And also, we're going to spawn like in the side of that block, which teleports us to the top and gives us our dash back. But yeah, there are these portals that are like scattered around the rooms that sort of change us between the season. So right now it's just heat and pink, or summer and spring, I guess, if you want to be more technical with it. And yeah, so like the rooms are kind of puzzly in a way because of that. Because it's really like 2 rooms that you're like jumping between. Also, that's another demo. We call that the squish because that block.
I love the squish strat is great. I remember learning this and Comet was just like, you can just press down and get through that. It's great.
By the way, Demo Dash Central is this room. If,
Yes.
it might take
so
a
many
few
demos.
tries. One.
So you're seeing Comet set up here in this first double dash and demo. Get into the portal and
There we
demo dash again. Come on.
That one's hard.
There we go. That one is very tight.
We have another one. This one's also tough.
I generally do not go for this one. It can be quite finicky. If you're going for just an IL in Glyph, it is just an incredibly technical run in terms of hitting a ton of these things first try. Oh my gosh, you got it!
I was too far. This is definitely this is what we call the heat moment. I don't usually, there we go, mess up to that demo as much, but
yeah,
you gotta have a heat moment.
That one's tough.
There's got to be a heat moment somewhere in the run, so there it is.
This hot face emoji feels appropriate IRL too.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, we're going to be doing a quick depth warp at the start of this room, which basically just teleports us up here. And then we're going to be buffering some jumps on that block to get through the spikes and onto the other side, which skips a very large portion of that room.
That's so good.
If I don't miss this jump, getting that first try feels so good because that one's...
Yes, that was great.
Really
that room
hard.
can be so frustrating to have to reset over and over again.
And one thing to note about this map is that you cannot do neutral jumps in this map, which neutral jumps is basically just a way to climb walls without using stamina. But those are just disabled. You can't do them. If you try to input them, you just get like a normal wall kick.
It impacts a lot of strats throughout the run.
Yeah.
It makes you be really cognizant of how you're climbing up walls like this. You can't just recover them easily. It's definitely something that if you're an avid Celeste player can feel awkward at first, but it does fit in well with this map.
Yeah, we do have like a mini workaround for neutrals, which is wow, that was awesome. We have our mini workaround is something that's called a wall boost, which I'm going to be trying my best to do them here. Because when you like jump away from walls, they will fall faster. If you stay holding onto them, it'll take longer for them to fall away. So we can do wall boost instead of neutrals in order to make the walls fall away faster. To try and just squeeze out a little
there
more
you
time.
saw Comet just kind of ignore some spikes. So spike hitboxes are kind of misleading.
Yeah. We're gonna. Oh my gosh! I did not think. I would.
Come on.
I got there.
Nice. So yeah, you can see Comet doing another demo there, Madeline crouching under the spikes to just kind of sneak through and not have to wait for the platform there.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is this is Cold Face, by the
This
way.
is Cold
Please put
Face.
Cold Face. Yeah, I was like, we've made it to winter. Please put Cold Face in the chat. Winter is a pretty difficult section both in the base game and in the season side, but it has a lot of really interesting ideas.
Yeah, I guess we haven't discussed the format of this run. So this is the main chapter Glyph. This is the one that came out first, and then Marshall released season sides afterwards, like a few months after, I believe. Which are just like shorter little challenges, and each level is like one of the seasons. So there's going to be like the spring side first, which is entirely dedicated to that pink section that we saw at the start.
Yeah, the 5 seasons. You have spring, summer, fall, winter, and void.
Yeah.
So gotta make sure you cover all your bases.
Also, here's our third season in order. After winter comes fall. And we call this one wheat because the spikes look like wheat.
This is the 4th one, Comet. I think you lost count a little bit.
I don't think I said a number, but okay.
Please put ear of rice in the chat. Thank you.
Yeah, ear of rice is our closest emoji. All right, also we're coming up on the secret strat that I've been keeping a secret from Frozen.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see it.
We'll see if I can get a first try. So what I'm going to be doing here... Is that it? There we go. So I hit...
Why are we going over here? Oh my gosh.
So I got the strat first try and then just immediately died. So basically...
What?
That one...
Why do you go in that room? So that's like a side room that just has like a puzzle part in it. That's so cool.
So I guess first of all, there's just gonna be a few more demo dashes. Okay.
Just a little.
Oh,
Just a little.
That's a big death. But okay. So to to sort of explain myself there with that strat. So
That was sick.
there was a little like thing on the table that like you probably saw it like pull up for a second, which is used to help solve a puzzle to get the crystal heart in this map. And that's usually, you know, there's nothing there besides that. Usually we would have gone down.
Yep.
But okay, good. First try. That's a hard strat.
Wow, that was really slick as well. While Coleman is explaining this one strat, he's just nailing like 7 other things that are also really difficult.
Okay, but yeah, so I might be a little dead there. So basically, I think me explaining this is like not helpful, but Frozen doesn't know because I wanted her live reaction.
That was really good. No, that was really sick.
But where was I? So you go in and like you activate like the sort of cutscene to see that little sheet of paper that like helps you with the puzzle. And while you're looking at that, you just can't die. So you fall through the screen, like underneath the screen, and just into the one underneath it. Yep. Which saves like 10 seconds, and it completely skips 2 rooms. So it's pretty neat.
This is my favorite kind of thing in speedrunning. I love strats like that.
Oh, it's absolutely incredible. And here we are in Void,
Yeah, here's our
the
5th
5th season
season
that everyone is familiar with. This section is very punishing. It is quite difficult. You have the whole portal concept that's going on. You have a lot of these conveyors. I will be nice to everyone and call it the correct name because this is Comet's speedrun.
I'm glad there are none of those in jungle.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't spread
Yeah, there's
misinformation.
a lot of cool portals going on here. This section is really neat, and then we start to get to the section where the screens get super long, and that's what makes this ending is very tense if you're going for an IL in just Glyph.
Yeah, lots of long punishing rooms. Like this one next room is just like a huge auto scroller,
Oh.
and I hit the conveyor belt. That's the
It's
first
so
time it's
rough.
ever happened to me. Okay. Yeah, so just riding this along, trying to get these dash crystals, not only to like dodge lightning. Wow, that's the first time I've hit the conveyor belt twice like that.
Yeah, there's so many ways to get owned here. Actually, this is Memories Not Void. Yeah, I every time. I know that you're
all right,
memeing,
and for our
but
next emoji, can we post the nerd emoji in the chat?
True. Exactly.
All right, and coming
This
up,
room
we're
is
gonna have
so
a pretty
frustrating.
cool section after
That's
this
good.
this little ultra chain kind of. You're not gonna see it all that well because the goal is to go fast, but there's lightning chasing me. You can see it a little
Yes.
bit. Something about I like just playing custom maps. First jungle and now Glyph, where you get chased by stuff. Except we're gonna be going. There's 4 rooms of this going left, right, up, and
You go in
down.
each direction,
and
yep.
not in that order, but you get the idea. And there's all these cycles of lightning that you gotta sort of work around, and it's pretty hard. I think this first room is probably the hardest to run.
I think that one is traditionally the hardest one. Yeah.
Yeah, so now we're going up, and this room is actually also kind of scary. Particularly, you're gonna see it in a second, this part with the block, because this lightning moves diagonally.
Yeah, so it's moving diagonally while you're moving up, and then just like looking at this visually is pretty challenging and very scary, and you're kind of running out of stamina at some points. It's a tricky part of this room.
There we go. And we're gonna do a quick death
Nice
warp
job.
to just get to the actual start of the screen.
I wish you could have seen my face. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, like the final rooms of this are unreal. It's so good. It's so tense. When you nail it, it feels really good. All right, so yeah, these parts with the conveyors can be really frustrating because sometimes you'll just get caught on them, but Comet's doing a really good job. Nice,
they're a little
and now we go to
spooky.
the right. That was really scary. But yeah, this room is great.
Yeah.
It is kind of the like final challenge here. We're going to the right. So you just got to make sure you hit all your wave dashes. Don't get too scared on these conveyors.
I make the cycle here good.
Yep. It's looking good. You do it hyper here as you go through the portal, and we get to climb the same tower. Oh my gosh! Imagine if you had just cat planted into the electricity there.
Yeah, so we're climbing that tower that we saw at the start. But there's one like more little technical thing here. As you get it starts slowing down as you reach the top, and at the very top when you dash towards the heart, you get like mega slow. So I'm gonna be doing a little thing.
Yep.
To make it slow down, to make it end faster, because if you don't do like that's a setup to like sort of like skip the slowdown trigger in a way, to make it really slow. Usually you have to wait like 15 seconds for the level to end when you dash up towards the heart, but there you only have to wait like a couple. But yeah, that was the main chapter of Glyph, and now we are into Springside. So this level is entirely dedicated to pink. So more pink, more cherry blossom emojis.
Yeah, please some more cherry blossoms in the chat. You all you've all been educated now, so please, show us you've recalled everything that's going on.
Yeah, that was the review, and this is the exam.
Yeah, exactly. So the season sides are a bit of a step up in difficulty, but they just have a lot of the same concept of everything we've been seeing. So spring is a lot of, we got a lot of springs going on. We got the moving blocks. It's a really fun chapter to optimize.
Right now I'm trying to get like a little kick off of that block here so I can demo through. That's a fun one.
Very, very nice. Springside is very, very fun to get good at. It also just has a lot of rooms that are pretty lengthy. They can be quite punishing.
This level is so hard to speedrun, honestly. It's
yeah.
This is, I think, of all the season sides, I think this is the hardest.
I agree. I definitely, like, in marathon settings, play it a lot safer just so I know I can get through it.
This one is also just like the most optimized, so maybe that's why it's the hardest.
Yes.
There's
a lot of people have played it. Very fun demo there. That demo is a lot easier than it looks.
Yeah. This room we can just skip the top part by jumping back around and going under. There's a dash crystal down here somewhere. No, there's not. I ran out of stamina, and I guess there's a good example of how neutraling you can't do it.
You could see how you wanted to neutral and it didn't work out. Nice.
This stret's a little tricky. I'm trying to slide along this block so that I don't have to dash up and fall back down.
Yes, this room is very interesting. Nice job.
Here's a little skip that's fast. If you land up on the top of that block, you can just hyper to the end, and it's a little faster than.
I love that. Again, spinners are a lot less scary than they look. There's a lot of instances we can kind of stand on the hitbox.
And here we have our first cool zone.
Cool zone! Sunglasses emojis, please, everyone. The cool zone, so in Base Glyph, we didn't get to see it in the normal chapter, but there's little hidden areas for each of the different seasons. So this is the Spring Cool Zone, and they're very, very fun.
That's why they're called the Cool Zone. They're cool.
They're very cool. They're very snappy gameplay. Oh, is this is winnable?
Maybe.
No.
But yeah, so there's one of these at the end of every season side. And they all are just sort of not tech spam, but sort of a little more in-depth in sort of the movement of what you've been doing in the rest of the level. I don't have my dash.
That was almost winnable if you had hit that.
I don't know if you can hit it.
Yeah, I don't know. The tough thing about this is there's not a ton in the way of huge skips. There's some optimizations, but it's if you don't get your dash back, there's not much you can do. And a lot of these are pretty tight. So that was nice though.
Yeah, that was the spring side, and now we are on to the summer side, also known as the heat
summer side.
What's the emoji?
Heat side is very cool.
Yeah, there's some really cool strats, and now we're starting to see these portals again because that's where they're introduced in the base level.
We really start thinking with portals in this one, and there's some very fun strats.
Yeah, there's a strat coming up in 2 rooms that I have 1 shot at, so hopefully I can get it kind of good at least.
Yeah, that Comet skipped a lot of different going back and forth through the portals there. This room is so fun.
I kind of got there. You can get all the way to the end of the screen.
That was
but
great.
That's so hard.
That was a good backup.
Yeah, I survived.
That was still fun. It's okay.
Yeah, no, I survived, so that's a win.
Yeah. Being able to kind of carry that momentum through that screen and through the portal is very fun. So we have these moving blocks and we can carry a ton of momentum through there. That's what we use to get to the end of those screens. Yeah, thank you for all the hot face emojis, everyone. I appreciate that you've been paying attention to our lecture. So yeah, like a big part of playing this casually is you see the binoculars, right? So you can see, oh, what's going to be in this room? What's going to be in the room when I go through the portal? And then speedrunning it is kind of just thinking about, wait, can I skip this part in the portal? How can I do this faster? And the community has just done a great job of routing all of these things to optimize it to the best of its ability. And the creator Marshall loves the speedrunning community and is always just like, oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah, Marshall made a sort of speedrunner update. It was also just cleaning up some stuff. But one of the big things he did was he made some of the demos more lenient, which was very, very appreciated. There's also
so sweet.
A demo in the screen that I'm pause buffering because it would be super hard without that.
That's such a good demo.
Yeah, that skips a really long screen of gathering coins.
That's so good.
Oh my goodness.
Pause buffering in this game is very useful. So the summer side introduces this whole you dash into these blocks and they send you in the other direction. That's really a big part of a lot of the cool zones moving forward. It just works so well here. It's really fun.
I'm gonna skip that one though. Sorry, block.
Yeah, we don't need that one. I'm a huge fan of the summer cool zone.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm gonna be trying a strat that I'm not great at in this last screen, but it's really cool. So hopefully I get it.
I'm a believer.
There's a big ultra here. I got it. No, I didn't.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna jump off of that one?
Yeah, I was gonna try and jump off that one. I'll probably only give it one more shot because it's punishing. But please. Yeah.
And jump. Yeah, nice.
Yes, that was awesome.
It's so sick. You're not supposed to ultra there.
And that's the summer side.
That was clean. That was really clean. The summer side is such fun. The winter side has some really, really great screens, and then some of the screens that I think are some of the most punishing in the speed run. So it's a big mix. So in the base glyph, you saw that we had the climb in the winter section, and we kind of have a climb reprise here.
There's some cool skips in this one too, though, where if I dash up this way, I can immediately hit that dash crystal rather than going down to the spring that's lower. And same with here, I can just dash up twice and make it to the top instead of...
I love that skip. I think that skip is really nice.
Yeah. That's what I think makes that climb a little more interesting than the one in the base level glyph. This room's really tough. You have to follow this block up by wall bouncing off it and hitting the springs back towards it, and you go over it. And good. One big thing to when it comes to as more specifically this chapter, but also in Glyph in general is remembering what is in the portals, what comes after them. There will be one room of note coming in a bit. Also, this auto scroller is...
This room is tough. You can't go too fast because you're obviously having to keep pace with the block here. There we go. So you talked about earlier when you jump off of the walls, they fall faster. So that's a big part of what we're doing here to kind of move through these rooms. This room is funny.
Yeah, this room is a little different. The walls on the side, you actually don't want to touch them because then they block the exit.
Yep. So you have to make sure it's kind of like a forced grabless room. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, this is sort of what I mean with you gotta remember what's past each screen. More specifically this one, because the second I hit this pink portal, I'm gonna be doing a wave dash the other way immediately. and I don't have a dash.
Yep.
That's a problem when there's no floor. These
And then
rooms.
we've got these we've got these cool blocks that they're like kind of like lock blocks where Madeline will just go and sit at the bottom of the block here, and then you perfectly set up a wall bounce.
Yeah.
I think these are very fun.
Yeah, they're pretty a neat use of the ice walls on these blocks. Oh. This room's really neat.
I love this room.
There's like an entire section to the left, but you just make this block fall and then you can go up there and it's
yeah,
all
you
good.
literally just are like, never mind, I'm gonna skip all of this. It's the best.
And now we have my least favorite cool zone. Sorry, Marshall.
Yeah, the winter cool zone is rough. It just is.
It's fine, like, just playing it normally, but when it comes to speedrunning, there's these rooms. This is just one big auto-scroller, and you cannot fast bubble either, or else you will become desynced. There's actually one spot where I fast bubble because I intentionally go slower earlier, which is right there.
Yeah, fast bubbling is when you hit your dash button to make the bubbles go a little bit faster. Oh, man. And that's something that gives Glyph players a little bit of grief. When it's definitely something you have to get used to, of just letting the bubble take its time. And it's just a little bit of a disparity between casual players and speedrunners, because speedrunners just love to fast bubble at any given opportunity. This room is also
this room's the same thing. It's except horizontal, pretty much. I think this one's a little less finicky with timing, though. I think it's easier to not mess up. Also, you can fast bubble this last one. This one, though, you can speed this one up a little bit. There's a little fun story between me and Frozen, because Frozen, I remember watching her play it and being like, wow, the way you do this screen is so weird. And then I timed it, and the way she did it was just so much faster than the normal way.
I was just like, why do you do it like this? And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. It's easier, and I promise it's better. Like...
Oh, hello, block.
All right, the weed side is so much fun.
Hello,
I really like this chapter. So the funny thing about this is you kind of have the climb section like before, where you have to break the way to get through this. So there's an optimal way to do this, but it's pretty funky.
Yeah, this is a really cool level. There's some neat skips like there. You just wave dash off the little edge of that block, and here I'm buffering jumps off of that block to not activate it, so that I can just not do the puzzle. And there's like this whole thing where this like these couple rooms where whenever you dash, I dash too early there. Whenever you dash, this block will come and try to crush you. So you want to dash like right by the portal so that you get pushed into the portal and not die.
Yeah, there's a lot of really fun screens in this one. Ooh,
there's a skip here where you can skip a bubble. If I dash up here, and then if I dash into there, I completely skip that bubble.
Yes, that is a lot tighter than it looks. You have to really spring cancel well there.
Yeah, it's two spring cancels. There's the up dash, then the diagonal.
Yep, exactly. This room's really fun. You basically just like have to you're just trying to go as far as possible because the block breaks. These dark ones just break immediately versus the lighter ones, which you have to dash into.
Yeah, they break so fast that you can't even do like a wave, or well, you can wave dash, but you can't do like an extended hyper off of them.
Yeah, you cannot stay in an extended hyper.
There's not enough time to get a dash back from it.
Exactly. These last couple of rooms can be real
This one
tricky.
loves to prank me with not getting my dash back.
This room is not easy, and this one you have to it's kind of like an escort mission. You have to make sure you're breaking these blocks.
No. I messed up breaking the block, and
that was so close.
There we go. That's so much better.
Yeah, you have a lot more time now.
Yeah, you got to be really particular with like how you're breaking those.
Yep.
so that you don't.
Yep. Especially
run
those
into
last
the
three with the one
walls.
with the 3 in a row. All right, the weak cool zone is a interesting one. So we've got these pink bubbles. So, you know, if you played Celeste, you know that the pink dash crystals give you 2 dashes. The pink bubbles do similar things.
What? I've never just been too low there. That's sick.
I've done that.
You've
Yeah,
done that?
where it's unfortunate. So this was actually a quality of life thing. Back when I was running this, the pink bubbles didn't exist. You just heard the double dash crystal sound when you hit the bubble. So these pink bubbles are really, really nice visually.
Yeah, they're very cool. But yeah, the wheat cool zone is actually like very straightforward. I'm pretty much doing all of these rooms how they are meant to be done, intended.
Yeah, there's not a lot of variance in terms of speed strats. It is just complete the room first try is how you go faster.
Oh no. But yeah, it's pretty. This room is destroying me, man. It's pretty straightforward. All of these rooms. Wow, I'm just dashing like barely
so
too early.
close.
Because I want to explain the next room, because the next room is the only one that's not the intended
Yeah,
strat.
the next one is the fun one. You gotta get to the next room. There we go.
Yeah, so here we're skipping this entire bottom section by going up. I buffered my dash a little too late. But here, I'm able to just skip the entire bottom of that screen by just like taking the bubble back.
That strat's great.
And then this part is a little
let's go.
spooky because if you misdirect, you are dead. But it's okay, we make it.
This part's tough. The camera makes that pretty scary. Nice.
And there we
though.
go.
That was
That's the
clean.
wheat side. And now we are on to the last level. We got our void side, our
Yes.
5th and favorite season. And this one is just a cool zone. You go into the portal and we're already cool. We're wearing sunglasses.
We are so cool.
We are
so yeah,
so
the reason
cool.
you might be like, why is this all A sides versus like all chapters? So there is a void B side that was added later in development. It's pretty long. It's like 10 minutes.
It is long, yeah.
So all A sides just cuts out the void B side, which is a very fun chapter. But
I just don't know it.
yeah, exactly. It took me a while to learn it. I
a-
prefer all A sides to all chapters, honestly.
Yeah, it is a rough speedrun, that one. It's hard.
It is. But yeah, the Void A side is very fun. It kind of combines all the other stuff. So you see the pink bubbles here. You see the, dashing into the block to get momentum. It's a great summary of everything. And this chapter is pretty snappy because it obviously just has a cool zone. Oh,
I dashed and that messes up the block.
you salvaged that. That was nice.
So yeah, we're being flung around by blocks. We're wave dashing off of stuff. We're using bubbles. It's everything.
And the white electricity is just really cute. I like the aesthetic of this. This one's really nice.
There's even blocks that we can't fast, or not blocks. There's bubbles that we can't
exactly.
fast bubble with.
You cannot fast bubble there. That is the one I'm always just like, do not fast bubble. Do not fast bubble.
That's a nod to the winter side.
Exactly. It's all, everything's a reference. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, the world record of this one is very quick.
It is. It's very optimized. I went for it once. It was very hard. All right.
I love that screen. The screen's really cool. All right, this screen is just a ton of fun.
Yeah, this is also the last screen. We're almost done.
Yeah, time's coming up.
This one's kind of like the last screen of the heat side with these big blocks that fling you. We're also that was a little bit of an issue. I went. You don't want to. That's another bubble you can't fast bubble.
Correct. You gotta be careful.
I was getting ahead of myself because it even ends just like the heat side with the huge ultra.
Yes, it's so fun. Nice. And there's a cassette up there, but we don't need it.
Oh, am I going through that? I'm going through that. Okay.
That was scary.
And I guess I could have let that end screen play. It just says Glyph. But that's time.
That's time.
GG, that was wild.
Yeah, so
That
that
runs
is
so
that's
clean.
Glyph All A sides. That's all of them. All of the A sides. And 3011. So not bad.
That was very fun.
Yeah, that was fun. That went faster than I thought it would. That was a quick run.
Hey, me too. Honestly, you could. I mean, if there wasn't a timer, you could tell me that took 30 minutes. I would not believe you.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for having me on, Helix. That was, it was.
Hey, thank you.
It's a very fun run, and I was glad to be able to come back to it to show this off because it's very cool.
Yeah, I think I've said this before, but Celeste is one of the first games that comes to mind when I think community-created content because I know there are so many phenomenal custom level maps, custom level packs.
It's true.
My brain tried to combine custom maps and custom
Absolutely.
level packs, but
Yeah,
yes,
there's gonna be
I'm
three more.
really happy.
There's gonna be 3 more today.
3 more
Yeah.
custom maps that are all really great.
including one by you, Frozen.
Yeah, and Comet will be
One
back
run
for
by you.
that, so we'll have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks so much. We are going to take a quick break. Is there anything you would like to say before we do so?
I think I'm all good. Just thanks for stopping by and watching.
Awesome. Don't go away, everyone. We will be right back with more Celeste custom maps. All right, welcome back, everyone, to Parallel Universe. We just saw Glyph, a Celeste custom map, and we are about to see our second of 4 custom maps. This is Quickie Mountain 2 by Fell. Before we get going, I do just want to say that Games Done Quick is hiring. So if you have experience in social media creation and would like to help out at our live events, be sure to go to gamesdonequick.com/jobs to apply. But after that reminder, Fell, take it away. Tell us about Quickie Mountain 2.
Hello, everybody. My name is Phil, and as Helix mentioned, I'll be running Quickie Mountain 2 today, which is an amazing custom map pack in Celeste by Bean Gemmin and Frozen Flygon, heavily inspired by a Mario custom pack with a very similar name. And yeah, I'll let Bean, who is my co-commentator, introduce himself, and then I'll get going.
Hi, my name is Bean Jam, and I'm half of the people that Phil mentioned made this little fan game. If you didn't hear Frozen Flygon before, catch the the VOD later, and stick around because they'll be playing Into the Jungle in a little bit. Phil had a good intro, and we'll just be moving fast through 15 levels in not that much time, so let's get into it.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a quick countdown and get going in 3, 2, 1, blast off. It's time.
Best of luck, Phil.
Thank you. All right, so prologue, first chapter down.
Whew. All right.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is the 100% speedrun of this category, which includes all of the chapters and all of the collectibles in every chapter. Unlike a regular Celeste game, there are collectibles in all of the B-sides and C-sides in this. So each chapter has a singular barrier that I need to go out of my way to collect.
Yeah, as Phil mentioned before as well, this fan game is heavily inspired by a Kaizo Mario fan game called Quickie World, which is where we got the name Quickie Mountain from. So each one of these little mini stages here is inspired by one of the stages in Quickie World. And the little berry rooms that you'll be seeing throughout this 100% run will also are inspired by those, thanks very much, sort of secret rooms that are hidden in Kaizo levels. So they aren't as much as challenges or puzzles as they are just secret rooms here.
Yeah, we're going to be coming up on our first one shortly, if I get the rest of this room first try. All right, seems good. This one was really
here
fun.
We are. All right, I need everybody in chat to spam my favorite letter, H, every time Phil makes it halfway through one of these levels.
Yes.
Inspired by Super Mario World, each of these levels is just 2 rooms. So once you get to that halfway point, that midway is inspired by Mario, please spam H in the chat to let Phil know how far they are into the room.
And chapter 1 complete. Yeah, these
All right,
levels...
by the time I've explained that. There you go.
Yeah, the levels are going to be very, very quick. A lot of them are pretty short and bite-sized. And so there are 5 total chapters. Each of them has an A, a B, and a C side. And so I'll be going through and playing all of the levels in order. A side 1 through 5, B side 1 through 5, C side 1 through 5. Just so you can kind of get the difficulty scaling, I guess, like you normally would when you're playing it. All right, so very important berry coming up. This is the cat
yes,
room.
of
I'm going to
course.
take a quick tour. It's not optimal, but this is my cat. Her name is Beckett. Okay, thank you very much. We're going to go back.
All right, thank you very much. Let me go scold my cat for climbing on the desk real quick.
Thank you for the cat.
A very hard
Ooh,
strategy
that
coming
was
up.
speedy.
Oh. I missed the I was so worried about the next room that I missed the entry to it. All right, take it.
Yeah,
slow,
coming up into this room here, I did one of the most devious things that you can do in Celeste custom maps, which is combine global cycles with room cycles. So anything with these moving platforms, plus anything that's connected to those cassette block music syncs will never be the same twice. So Phil just absolutely nailed that first time.
I had to go
I'm
for a
so
backup.
sorry for making that. I did not know better at the time.
Yeah, that is honestly one of, if not the hardest room in the entire run. There is like a very fast way to do it, and I failed because it's very, very precise. Okay, I love the end of that chapter, by the way.
Excellent speed there at the end.
Yeah, it's very satisfying. All right.
Well, this is already ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what makes this, speedrun very exciting is just like being able to. Oh, that was nice to do. The difficult content without dying a lot. But normally, a lot of Celeste speedrunning is much more like optimizing movement, which this pack doesn't have. It definitely has a decent amount of, but there's a lot of emphasis on just not dying, which makes it very unique among Celeste speedruns for sure.
Yeah, I asked Phil actually right before he started the run. I was like, how much of this run is like optimized speedrun tech and how much is just not dying? And the answer was about 50-50.
Yeah, there's definitely...
So a lot of this is tech that is definitely not intended and not required to beat the game, but a lot of it is just really excellent execution.
Also, check this out.
Yeah, I didn't want those spikes to be there either. Don't worry.
It's okay, we get to see it again. That was a first. That definitely was a first for sure.
That's okay. I need to see that again anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, these spikes. Oh, nice save.
Unbelievable save there.
There we go. Very nice.
There we are. H.
Stay there, Theo.
So I'll mention this now as we get up into the one piece of custom code that we have in the map, is that you'll notice that a lot of this map, especially compared to what you've seen previously and what you'll see later, is very vanilla. There's not a lot added, except for this one little secret here with the help of our friend Uni, to make an extra special reference to the game Eat Girl, which we also all really enjoy.
Yes. Shoutouts to Greg. Also, shoutouts to Greg's pattern being so unpredictable.
I know people say that all the time. It is a determinate pattern. I just reskinned one of the fireballs from Core. So it is a determinate pattern.
Yeah.
It's just hand-picked random. So, one of those super random
when I was
things.
when I was learning strats, when I was trying to draft strats for how to avoid Greg, he just kept making turns on me that I was not expecting, and it was awesome. Yeah. All right, very
I'm glad
hard
that
cycle
came off well.
coming up that I am gonna hopefully get first try, but very likely not get first try.
Yeah, these are...
So close.
Oh, man. Excellent execution there. These little cassette rooms, in order to unlock the B-side, I guess, is the one piece of content that we did not really have direct reference to Super Mario World from. So we just got to play around with the theming of the level there, which means I got to be a little bit more devious than usual.
The cassette rooms are definitely also cool. I'll get it next time. The cassette rooms are definitely very challenging. One of the most challenging parts of the speedrun for sure. I'll be going for a skip. That's definitely very precise at the beginning of this level, but it's so cool that I can't not go for it.
It's certainly one of the flashiest levels when it comes to speedrunning.
Yeah, this one's my
there
favorite
you go.
for a few reasons. Just one of which is the speedrun. The other which is so the file name that I went for this file is actually the canon file name for this custom map pack, which is
That's
Adora. And if you know, you'll know very soon.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, all of the berries here are secret rooms that we hid to thank our friends, and this friend here is Katra, and also Fel, our good friend Fel here, who's played this game once or twice.
Yeah, just a couple
and
times.
maybe playing it right now, and was our primary playtesters, making it as good as it is.
Yeah, that was definitely the coolest part by far of my casual discovery of this when it released. I'm gonna go for this one try. I didn't make it. Okay.
That was a couple frames off. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was certainly not an intentional ultra that was able to set up, and we didn't do a lot to optimize it. So it's certainly one of the more finicky setups there.
Yeah, it's definitely very tricky. Oh, that's a fun one. So there's a cassette that I just almost got into, and hopefully I will be able to get it next time. You can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that one you can actually blame on us because that's on purpose.
There we go. Nice. Little cycle skip that I think I found today.
Ooh.
Definitely a lot easier way of doing that than the nonsense that I was doing before in that room.
Yeah, I found, especially when it came to cassette rooms too, and something that you could fall back down to, it was a lot more fun to give the player the option to retry or to give them a save, instead of, add thresholds where you would fail. So I'm glad you're able to find those tricks from that.
Yeah, that one especially, there is a million different tricks that you can do in that to save time, and a lot of them are really, really hard, but I found a few ones that are consistent enough to do in full game run.
Yeah. All right, before we have the time to talk about it, absolutely just blazing through all of the A sides here.
Yeah, I mean, wow, that's all of them. That's pretty good.
That's all 5 of them. I didn't make any more.
All right, on to the B sides. So this is the second hardest level of the entire pack, in my opinion.
Really? All right.
And I don't think it's because it's actually that hard. I think this is a skill issue. I think that for whatever reason, this is my kryptonite. But
I mean, I think you and I just play the game a little bit differently, and so when I design the level to play like I play, you end up having that discrepancy a little bit, and that's why you have playtesters. But I don't know. Sometimes we ignore you, and I'm sorry for that, Phil.
That's all right. You've earned the right to do that. Death.
So you'll notice in this B side, it looks nothing like the A side.
Yes.
And that's because we were trying to pull a little bit more from the visual sort of iconography of the Quickie World level, of that Kaizo Mario level, and instead group them in terms of A, B, and C sides of themes. So in the A side of the first chapter here, we were falling down. In the B side, we're going to climb up. And you'll see sort of those themes as we go along through the rest of these B and C sides.
Yeah, there are some branching paths in that screen, and you got to take the harder ones if you want to get towards the berry faster. All right, this is one of the coolest screens in the entire pack. You go up the tower, and then you go back down afterwards.
You go back down.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it too much, but I'm pretty sure that you will not hit the troll at the end.
Yes, I'm not
I
planning
still
to.
feel very bad to Maddie Thorson specifically for having her gamer achievement moment and then getting baited by that fake heart right at the end there. You saw.
So when I was playtesting that map, I actually hit the fake heart and bounced straight up and just lived, and it was fine. And I thought that was incredible.
That's the true gamer moment
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
All right, another B-side. This one is very jelly focused. Also, we forgot to mention, but all of the music in this pack are remixes done by Bean.
That's true. Yeah. In addition to helping out with some of the level design, I remix all the music. You can catch it on Bandcamp and YouTube and Spotify. Just type my name as it shows up on screen into one of those search bars. I'll show up eventually, probably.
True.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. The Super Mario World community has a lot of really talented porters. Being able to bring that music from other games and their own original music into the Super Nintendo, and I really wanted to pay homage to that as well.
You did a great job on everything. This map has a lot of charm to it.
All right, Bean,
I appreciate it,
should I
yeah.
save the animals, you think, Bean?
Save the animals,
All
Helix.
right.
What do you think?
Oh, I heard,
All right.
I
Too
heard
late.
save
We're
the
saving
animals,
them.
and I saved the animals.
Okay, good. That's what I wanted. Yeah, we're good.
All right, excellent. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Humanitarian effort here.
This level also contains, I think, the only dev-intended demo dash in this whole pack, but I have decided that it is just too hard to do consistently, and so I
Yeah,
don't
by
do
dev
it.
intended, you mean we tried it really hard and then it didn't work out, but the
it's
spirit is
in
there
there.
and the lore is there,
Yes.
and then you're able to surprise us with a bunch of stuff that we didn't intend that are way
Right.
cooler. So
That's the beauty of map making, I suppose. So it's the stuff you don't see coming.
exactly.
I remember specifically during playtesting, there was an effort to not have demos be a part of the game or a big part of it. But then you showed a screenshot from the original Mario level in that was inspired that previous level, and it was the perfect visual representation of what a demo dash would be if it were in Mario.
Yeah, it was just two spikes pointing at each other.
Yeah.
It's okay, well, we can't not have a demo
Right.
there. So
All right, here's the Uni Snail.
shout out to Uni again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big shout outs to Uni. We all love Uni. Ah. So more on fun facts about garbage strats. The strat at the beginning of this room that's faster. Oh, I'm fine. That's faster than the one I did.
believe.
Is dependent on the rocking back and forth cycle of the pufferfish.
oh my god,
And so I just
I'm
decided
so
not to
sorry
go
for that.
Yeah. It's technically possible without, the better, the good cycle, but it's so much more precise. So I have opted not to do that. But yeah, this is going
Yeah.
really fast and quick and great so far.
Yeah, you are absolutely blazing through all of these. You really have not been walled so far. So let me, let me give that commentator's curse to you right
yeah,
before
no,
you hit
please.
2C. Yeah.
Yes, so you'll see 2C later. That is unquestionably the hardest level in the pack, for sure. And it also has the most punishing berry in the pack as well. But
Yeah,
I'm sure
I would
it'll
say
be
that I'm
fine.
sorry
Also,
for it, but honestly,
you don't
I'm
need to
not.
use the water there, by the way. You can just get up. Which I don't think was intended, but
I think it's a 1 or 2 frame window, so we wanted to have the option there.
right. Okay. Oh, that one. Much better than usual. That level was another one that I have trouble with.
That is certainly one of the more challenging levels there. Really incredible work so far.
This is absurd. I'm gonna say some form of this is ridiculous 7 different times, if not more, throughout
Sure.
this hotfix show. But dang, I'm not that good at Celeste, so watching this is wild to me.
This is also, by the way, on very massive world record pace so far. So,
Heck yeah, let's go.
Oh yeah.
there really isn't a ton of game left.
There really is not. So, in case we gave Phil too many checkpoints in these A and B sides here, the C sides are one room. So they're a free golden berry if you're able to clear them. But also, if you die somewhere near the end, you have to start back at the beginning again.
I want everybody in chat as I enter this secret room to say hello to my good friend Ogmo. Here he is.
Ogmo.
Say hello to Ogmo. We love Ogmo.
Hello.
I'm hogmoing out of my gourd right
It's
now.
true. It's true. All right. This screen's hard, but it's gonna go really well.
I believe. I trust. Get our final H's in chat for Fel's trust here.
Oh,
We'll have no more
beautiful.
checkpoints after this. Not a single checkpoint.
All right.
And we're through. All right, welcome to Special World.
Well, this is going really well. Say the least. I think
speechless at this point.
I've one shot a lot more levels than I had anticipated.
You're
Yeah,
making
more
this look easy, which is how I know that this is going really well.
All right. Shout-outs to Comet, the runner from
Shout-outs to
you
Comet.
just watched. This is Comet's secret. If you
There
go
he is.
fast enough, you can see the comet that we saw go by. I actually cannot at all be bothered with figuring out how to do this room on a cycle that involves me entering it from the side. So I just like to restart the chapter.
That's more than fair. I don't understand cycles enough in Celeste to be able to optimize that for you, so I'm glad that you figured something out for yourself.
Yeah, it definitely, once I figured it out that I could do that, I was like, this is plenty fine for me. Okay, another one shot.
Incredible.
Good stuff.
People don't understand how good
incredible
you are
work.
at this game, I swear.
All right, ready for the run killer, Fel?
Yes, I am. So yeah, the hardest chapter, 2C. And it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine, I'm sure, right? Right.
Yeah, so in addition to this being the most challenging chapter that we made, the berry that Fel needs to collect is at the very end, past the heart here, and actually needs to go off screen above where you're able to see Madeline Celeste. And if he does it out of sequence, he will hit the lava that is rising.
Yeah.
So
we need to
right
wait a little
here,
bit.
we're hoping for...
We're
There we
through.
go.
Okay.
All right. If you're too high, you'll hit the lava. If you're too low, you'll switch it to ice, and then you won't be able to collect it. But instead, Fel's just going to absolutely
All right.
prove me wrong, nail it first try like it's nothing.
Yeah, that is definitely the one shot that you want to see in this run. That has been the killer of many all chapters runs. Ooh. I went too fast there. I was not ready for that. Oh.
Welcome to Seeker City.
Yeah.
If there's one thing less consistent than everything else in the run, it's Seekers. So
Yes, and you will see later one that there's a particular seeker that if you can manipulate it well, your life gets a lot easier, but it's not easy to do that. All right, I finally, I think this is my first death tire run, which is crazy. It's definitely...
it's got to happen somewhere. It's just part of the Kaizo experience.
yeah,
here, Phil.
absolutely.
You'd be depriving the people online otherwise.
Oh, whoa, I didn't know you could do that. There we go, okay. Yeah, so once again, no checkpoints in these levels at all. You just gotta one-shot the whole thing.
Including if you leave at the end, which was very mean of us in retrospect. So the berry at the end of this level, excellent save there.
That guy was not where he usually was.
Oh my god, what a save.
All right.
Yeah, if the Seeker kills you here, it does not respawn you where you entered. It respawns you at the beginning.
Yes, at the beginning of the level.
And our good friend Valdio, who made Quickie World 1 and 2 for Super Mario World, found that out the hard way, and I still feel very bad about that.
I'm still reeling after that save.
Yeah, that was close. It was a close one. This level still has my favorite aesthetic of all of them. I like the dice. They're very cute.
Yeah, this was fun to make some custom assets for. I'm an artist by no means. You've seen before, and you will definitely see later some of the talent of the artists of the Celeste community. And I made these by hand myself. So you gotta look at what I've made for now.
Yeah. I mean, it fits the vibe to a T, I think. We'll see some pretty wild art later.
Absolutely.
I believe
some really stunning art coming
Paint
up.
is going to be played at one point, so
yeah,
we'll get to see that. That's a treat. So as we mentioned before, this is Kaizo, so deaths that I may take cost a lot of time. Yeah, so it's very important to die earlier on in the room if you're going to die at all.
Yeah, this is certainly, watching this, it looks so much more like a Super Mario World Kaizo run than it does a Celeste run at points.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because of this execution level and the requirement of various tricks and sort of, as you're saying, optimizing. You're like, well, this isn't going to work early on, so I might as well, quit while I'm ahead almost. But also, your saves mean so much more near the end.
Absolutely. All right, we are on to the final chapter, and this is definitely going to be a world record. There's no way that this level is going to take me another 8 minutes to beat. So that's pretty hype. That's a pretty large world record, to be honest with you. Yeah, this it's a difficult pack.
Yeah, inspired by White Moth Lair from Quickie World, I believe 2. Somebody in chat, correct me if I'm wrong. But a very famous skip in the original Super Mario World game, where you could just sort of like walk on the ceiling at one point and skip half the level. So of course we had to give a cheeky little shout out to Valdio in our secret room there. Unfortunately, you can't skip it. You do have to play the rest of our game. So,
Okay. Yeah, it's a good thing that doesn't skip that bumper section, because that section's really fun. Oh, I'm dead.
I don't know if that's actually savable.
I don't think it is.
I want to do something about that.
I don't think I've ever seen that before, because I've just never not jumped off that seeker. It was a unique series of inputs that led to that.
Yeah.
All right.
This was definitely an interesting visual challenge to bring about when you have zero custom assets too.
Also, this seaside came with an extra screen.
What? Who added this?
All right, this is that secret that I was telling you about earlier. Oh, I bopped him by accident. Okay, so now I need to bring this fella with me.
I was practicing this earlier. Oh yeah, because we were real mean at the end here, huh?
Yeah. All right. Well, I get to give it another try. Yeah, there's a way that you can basically carry that seeker all the way through from this button in one charge, basically. Okay, I'm not gonna get it. It's very precise.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a Kaizo inspiration if there wasn't a very challenging boss fight right at the end here.
Yeah, this room tunes to improv very, very quickly.
I like to say that my design philosophy is right on the borderline between a dumb idea and a bad idea, and I think I've hit the balance perfectly in this room. Yeah,
it's this room is beautiful and very fun. Oh my gosh. So this is the death cycle. I am certainly not as used to this as I am the entry cycle, but I'm sure we would be fine. Okay. Next, this is the run, for sure.
You got this, Fel.
That's what I say when it's the run.
Oh. I really would like to get the, Alright. Now, come on, follow me. Oh, I just barely missed.
Yeah, so the trouble Fel's having here is that those that little spiky wall, Fel cannot enter, but the Seekers can. So we're being very cheeky at the end that you had to make sure that you had to track a Seeker all the way down in order to get
that looks
last
good. Yeah.
coin. Oh, there we go. Don't get killed by Oshiro at the last. There you go. You're a super player, Fel.
Woo,
there you go.
We did it. And that is, yes, indeed, a world record.
You are a
That
super
time?
player. Oh my gosh.
23:45. That is time. Yeah, that's
GG.
correct. That is all of the levels in the pack. Every single berry.
I believe this is the first world record on a parallel universe.
Ooh, I am glad.
let's go.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I am glad to have that honor.
I think you could technically call like the 9-line bingo that was on the other week a world record, but that's not a real category. So
Yeah, I don't work on technicalities. I work in the now. This is a world record.
huge congrats. Remember when I said like 10 minutes ago that like people don't understand how good you are at this game? Yeah, that.
Yeah, well, thank you so
Oh,
much
that
for
was
having me
ridiculous.
on, Helix. It was a blast. I'm so happy I could show off this level pack again on GDQ to more people. It is amazingly fun, and I would highly recommend anyone who's interested in Celeste play it. And if you're not interested in Celeste, you should still play it, and you should play Celeste. And before I go, I want to, of course, shout out Bean and Frozen for creating this. It has been a huge part of my life as a speedrunner. It's kept me going. And also, you can pet this cat, and that's
important.
fantastic. Thank you for that
That's
as well.
very important. Dean, thank you for hopping on comms.
Yeah.
Having dev commentary is always a treat.
Yeah, thank you so much for the shout outs there. I also want to real quick shout out, Fel mentioned the music for this earlier. You can find myself wherever you get music. You can also find Marshall H if you like the music before from Glyph. All of the Glyph music is on Bandcamp, Spotify, all that great stuff. Coming up next, you'll hear music from the Gur 90, and after that, from Celeste Strawberry Jam. All of that is available to listen to. It's Bandcamp Friday. Go support these local artists. Go support the charities that a lot of us donate to with this extra money that we find.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fel, thank you for running this, of course, and thank you for helping me sort of put this showcase together. You and your expansive Celeste knowledge really helped out.
Of course, it was my pleasure. I love Celeste, and I love my friends that love Celeste as well, so it was very easy.
For those of you who might be just getting here, if you missed any of this incredible world record, or if you missed out on any of our other Hotfix shows, or lots of words starting with O there, or our past events, be sure to check out the VODs on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. We're going to take a break. I definitely need it after that. We will be right back. Thanks again, both of you. Welcome back, everyone, to more Celeste custom map action here on Parallel Universe on the GDQ Hotfix. We have our third run. Frozen Flygon is here to take us into the jungle. Take it away.
Yeah, so we've got our third custom map pack here. This is Into the Jungle. This is a campaign made by a lot of very talented artists, mappers, musicians. And with me, I have Comet, who was here earlier playing Glyph. What's up?
Comet's back.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Me and Comet have just done this back and forth of commentating for each other, and it's always really nice. So this is gonna be a really fun time. So this pack has 5 levels, and they all have different mechanics. But we'll get on into it. Want to count me in, Comet?
Yeah. Are you ready?
I think so. I think I'm ready.
All right, then I'm gonna count down from 5. So start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bergie.
Fergie, let's do it.
Bergie.
So the prologue actually is different from when I ran this in the past. We're gonna find a dash crystal, and hopefully I get this. Yay!
Yeah, there's a little block that stops you from getting down there if you're in the water for too long. So you got to get there fast. But yeah, dashing in prologue is something that you don't see in the base game, but here it is. It's very nice because this is pretty much just, if you couldn't dash, it's pretty much just walking.
Yeah, you
But
just jump
you
a
can
lot.
see the credits here. All the people that worked on this custom map, which is quite a bit of people.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's really impressive, the team that worked on this.
Yeah, and I think like compared to like so far the past two maps that have been shown, this one is like out of the three is like definitely the most amount of
Yes.
like custom art. So you're gonna be seeing a ton of that.
Yeah, because it's like Glyph was made by one person, Marshall. Quickie Mountain 2 was made by me and Bean with a little bit of help, and this was very much a more collaborative effort.
Yeah, that was Prologue. Good job, Prologue.
Thank you. So this first level kind of just gives you the gist of what Into the Jungle is all about. You're going to see some, we already have some custom spinners with these, like the little purple obstacles here. We have the vines, which I didn't climb on in Prologue, but now we're getting to see the tree bark you can also climb on. So you can see a lot of just custom assets that were not really present in the Celeste mapping scene before this.
Don't forget the lizards climbing the tree.
Yes, the lizards are very cute. All of the enemies and animals are really adorable in this.
Yeah, but in a second we're going to be seeing our first
Ooh,
it's not an animal, it's a plant. It's a Venus flytrap.
where am I? I'm not supposed to be in this room. My bad. I'm supposed to follow the arrow and go up.
Yeah, so those Venus flytraps are like little enemies. Whenever you get close to them, you can see them doing like this little chomping animation, and you don't want to be chomped by the Venus flytrap or else you will die. And you can also just like seekers or like pufferfish, you can bop them on the head, and that's one way of getting your dash back. So
Yes.
there's some rooms that are definitely catered around that.
Yeah, they're really cute. I love when I saw these for the first time. I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a great custom asset. I was not supposed to grab there. I'm supposed to take this all the way over. There we go.
Yeah, that's one thing that's sort of interesting with these. Like I guess in this chapter they're ropes more than vines,
Yeah.
but they take the form of multiple things. There'll be vines later, and there'll also be a tree in a couple rooms. But when you're holding grab, they act as a wall. And when you're not holding grab, you can just sort of pass right through them. So you can see your Frozen's just sort of like jumping through this tree here and climbing onto the other side.
Yeah, they're really
which is, like, sort of the
interesting
whole
in that
mechanic
way.
behind it.
And obviously, the music in this is also very, very good. Bean shouted it out last run, but the soundtrack is by the GDQ 90. 60? 90.
I'm pretty sure it's 90.
Okay.
We can just stick with the GDQ so that we're
Yeah.
right.
But it's very, very excellent.
Yeah, so like one thing that's just like I think is so fun about this whole like all of the levels in this is just like all like the little tiny details. Like there's little animals like all over the place,
Yeah.
like and animals and bugs and plants and all sorts of stuff.
And this map pack was meant to be kind of for beginner to intermediate players. So if you've beaten the base game of Celeste, if you've dabbled in some B-sides, you definitely are qualified enough to beat this pack, and I highly recommend it.
Yes, I'd say if you're familiar with like the difficulty ratings for like the Celeste collabs. Oh well, first of all, we have a little skip here. The way that works is that the way respawning works in Celeste is that whenever you enter a screen, Madeline's respawn point gets set to the closest respawn point to where she entered the screen. So if you just like go down and then back up through that little hole there, the closest respawn point is at the end of or is it like the top of that screen, which skips an entire room, which is a very nice little skip.
It is very convenient because we get to skip a tree. That's the most important.
Yeah, you
part.
skip a tree. Yeah, one thing to note about the trees. Luckily, there are no more trees in this run that you have to climb. But the thing about that one tree that you have to climb is that just since it's a 2-tile wide wall or whatever you'd want to describe it as, jumping around it can be kind of a pain sometimes because you have to jump further than if you were just jumping around the ropes or vines. But yeah, and just like that, this is the end of chapter 1.
Yeah, that chapter is just
Good
really
job.
fun. It just teaches you like everything you need to know about the basics of the run, what you're looking at, the vines, and just being like, oh, this is cute art. And these end screens made by Spoopy are also incredibly adorable.
One berry.
One
Let's
berry.
go.
Now we're heading into the Spoopy thicket here. Gonna see kind of this nighttime vibe. We got these. We're gonna see these mushrooms that kind of bounce us. They're very fun.
Yeah, these mushrooms are so fun. one thing to note is some of the mushrooms are like angled. Like that one's facing up, but this one is angled, and they will bounce you in the direction that they're facing, which is just worth noting, I think. And another little quirk about the mushrooms is if you dash into them, they will give you a slightly higher bounce than if you don't dash into them.
Yeah, I always forget to do it, but sometimes it's actually pretty useful.
Yeah, it's pretty like situational whether you need to use it or not, but it's definitely helpful in some situations.
And you can kind of like spring cancel the mushrooms similarly to how you know, with other spring cancels.
Yeah, and then the other mechanic that we have in this level, at least at the start, are these cobwebs, which are sort of like stationary bubbles, if that makes sense.
Yes.
You get held into them. When you go into them, you are like stuck in there until you dash out of it. One thing that's worth noting about them, though, is that when you dash out of it, you don't like get a dash. So dashing out of it uses that dash, so you have to refresh it somewhere before you do anything else.
Yep, exactly. The webs are really, really funky. I like them.
Yeah, so a lot of times, like here, those webs, you're meant to like wait in them to like wait out cycles.
Exactly. And the mushrooms all go on these little platforms, and so the Venus flytraps go on the platforms. A lot of things become kind of cycle locked in this chapter.
The revenge of the Venus flytraps. They found out how to ride platforms.
Exactly.
They thought they were stuck to the ground, but now they can move.
Terrifying, honestly. Oh, everything's fine. I was not worried. Oh, I forgot to dash right there.
But yeah, most of the rest of this level, like knowing like just those two mechanics, it makes this entire level pretty straightforward.
There's one last surprise we get to see, though.
Yes, there will be one more surprise, but you know, I was gonna hold off on explaining that.
Yeah, they don't need to know yet.
Yeah, it's a secret.
This is one of my least.
But you mentioned earlier.
Okay, everything's fine.
You mentioned earlier that this pack isn't, at least casually, as difficult as a lot of others.
Yes. Hi, Spider.
That means I could play it potentially.
You definitely could.
You could.
Yeah, if you've beaten the Celeste main game, this pack's very accessible. All right.
I might actually have to take a look at that.
Yeah. You want to comment? You want to tell everyone the names of our lovely spider friendos?
Yeah, so we have the spider here, and as you can see, I guess there's a great example of what it does. Is it it hangs above you and then drops down after a certain amount of time, and you can see this spider is blue, and that's important because we know because it's blue, we know that's Parker. That spider's name is Parker. And the reason I'm mentioning this spider's name and color is because we will soon be seeing in this room, we get a new spider.
Hello.
This one's purple.
Ow.
This is Charlotte. Everybody say hi to Charlotte.
Hi, Charlotte.
Hi, Charlotte.
I like your colors, but you're kind of mean because you're much faster than Parker.
Yeah, and so the whole thing is Charlotte drops down faster than Parker does.
Yes.
But yeah, I remember now because we were talking about the difficulty. If you're familiar with like the difficulty system that we have for Celeste, which is we sort of have a difficulty system where we categorize things into beginner, intermediate, advanced, expert, and grandmaster. I think this map was advertised as like a beginner map. I think it's like kind of on the harder side of beginner.
Yeah.
It doesn't require any like speed tech. Like you don't need to know like hypers and wall bounces, but I do think it's definitely like more difficult, like a little more difficult than like the base
comfortably
game.
in intermediate. That's like I think that's where
I think that's fair. So yeah, if you have like beaten Celeste like chapters 1 through 7, I think this is a map that you will get a good challenge out of, but will still be comfortable enough to beat.
Yes.
Sort of where I would place that.
I completely agree with that, and I think it's just a really comfortable difficulty. And then there's the B-sides, which are like a good step up of the mechanics that you've seen, and then the C-sides actually got added, and those are challenging.
Those are hard. Yes, those ones are hard.
I have not beaten the last C-side without a save state, but they're all really, really fun.
That difficulty scaling ties into our next round, which will be Strawberry Jam beginner lobby. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is this is the third level. I honestly don't remember what it's called.
I don't.
gonna be honest.
I don't have a dash. This is not gonna work.
As somebody who grinded jungle for like 2 months straight, not remembering this level is a little embarrassing. But
It's just chapter 3. I don't know.
yeah, it's chapter 3. But we have some new stuff. We have first of all we have
friends.
Sammy. Everybody say hi to Sammy. Sammy's this little brown lizard. I mean, we call Sammy a friend, but is Sammy really a friend?
No,
Because
Sammy kills us. It's not.
Sammy
very
kills
fun.
you. We don't touch Sammy. Sammy's spiky, and we don't like.
I'm going to
touching spiky
try
stuff.
the strat again. This is a reverse demo onto this little spike. I'll try it one more time, but it's kind of rough. And Sammy's in the way on the death cycle. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's like a little spot you can wave dash off of, but it's very tight.
Oh, Maddie.
But I guess that leads into the next mechanic, or I guess it was before Sammy. But these special crumble blocks, you can see
Yes.
they like when you stand on them, they sort of turn into an outline and then they move somewhere else. Which that's sort of like how a lot of like the casual way to beat these rooms are, where you like are moving this crumble block around. And now we have our a new friend. Third mechanic, new friend. This is Hank.
Hank is genuinely a friend. They are helping us get
Hank
through
is
the
a real
screens.
friend. Everybody say hi to Hank.
Hi, Hank. Hank is adorable.
Yes.
Yeah, so Hank, you grab onto Hank and they will fly you across the screen, and then you can press jump to drop off of Hank, which is used where you're jumping on and off of Hank and like dodging spikes and
Yeah,
stuff.
we don't need Hank in that room. As much as we love Hank, whenever I don't have to use Hank, that's faster. So
Yeah, that's the one thing is Hank flies very
very slow.
Though it's not like hugely important in the run. I know like if you're going for like, like top level, like super optimized, there's one thing about Hank that is very funny to know, which is that Hank will, once you start him up and they start flying, they'll just fly until the end of the screen. But one little funny tidbit about Hank is that Hank flies slightly faster while holding on to Madeline versus not
Just
holding
barely.
on to Madeline.
It's very
Which is
silly.
just a little funny little thing that Hank likes to do.
The B and C side version of Hank. I actually don't know if it's in the B
I think
side.
it's just
but
the C
in the
side.
C side. We asked the artist. I remember what is what's the silver version of Hank, and they were like, we don't have an answer, so we named it Frank.
Yeah, so in the seaside there's another bird that's named Frank, and Frank flies very
Incredibly
fast.
quickly.
But that's all the spoilers we'll be giving for that. That's if you want to see how fast,
It's
you
so
just have
good.
to go and
It's
see.
really fun.
You can download the map and play it for yourself. This is an
Exactly.
advertisement.
Yeah, downloading Celeste Mods
That
is
sounds like a good
really
idea.
easy, honestly. Like, as long as you have a PC version of the game, get Olympus, and there's plenty of stuff out there. This room is pretty obnoxious. Oh,
This room is tough. Dealing with the Sammy cycles is
yeah,
what we
I
call
held on
them.
grab a little bit too long was the problem there. 'Cause
That's exactly what Parallel Universe is for too, is to give these custom maps some love. So definitely check it out.
yeah. Stamina is definitely a problem here when you're jumping through all the vines, but that went pretty well. I'm gonna try. Actually, I don't know. This is viable on Death Cycle, right?
Yes,
There we go.
You're good.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a tight strat.
Yeah, that's like a fun little skip to not have to wait for the blocks to move. Because that's another thing. A lot of stuff in this level is just slow, and skipping it at any point is ideal.
Skipping things is fast. News of
Yeah.
London.
Multiple Hanks. This is awesome.
Yeah, now we're seeing more than one Hank per screen. Just do wait till when we get to 3 Hanks. You're
Yeah,
not gonna
the
believe it.
multi-Hank moment. It's great. Here we skip
Yeah,
that one though.
multi-Hank gameplay.
We don't need that first one. We're all good.
Yeah, if you can skip even one of the Hanks, it's still fast. Sorry, Hank.
Yeah. Ooh, I barely was too low on that one. See, yeah, so the problem is there, you have to meter not jumping too high, so you go into the spinners, but not too low that you don't grab onto the vine.
This room's really hard. I had a lot of trouble like labbing out.
Yeah,
strats for it.
it's surprisingly difficult. it's not as intuitive as you'd think. All right, here, Comet taught me a new strat on stream the other day. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, this strat is so fresh.
Woo!
Yeah, you go up to that bird nest.
You go to the
and
bird's nest.
You skip Hank. Sorry, Hank, but Hank is slow.
And then you get flavor text. That's the most important part. There's a lot of hidden dialogue in this. There's a meme in the Celeste community about comfy spots, which are like little spots that Madeline has to squish into. There's a ton of comfy spot dialogue and animals.
There we go, 3 Hank screen.
It's great.
Oh, 4 Hank screen. I forgot about that one because we don't touch it.
So many Hanks. Yeah. This one has a lot of them too. This one has
3,
I think.
This one has 3, but you skipped the 3rd one also.
Yep. We don't need
Hank.
this one. Ooh.
That's so much Hank for Hank.
This room is fun.
This room is 0 Hanks.
Because this room seems like you would need Hank, because this area to the right seems like you can't do anything, but you can actually just stand here. The spikes just don't
They
go up
don't
high enough
work.
to be able
The
to.
spikes simply don't work. It's the best.
They're not doing their job. So no Hank required there. And that's
funny.
chapter 3. We get up to this mysterious temple. I don't know what the deal is with it, but we're going in is what I think, because we're jungle explorers.
Correct. Chapter 4 is my favorite chapter of the entire pack. It's a puzzle level. We go into the temple, and the speedrun of this is also just incredibly fun.
This level is just incredible. It is a puzzle level, so I'm gonna explain. We have 2 new blocks that we're going to be learning about in this chapter. First, we have these green blocks. And well, both of the blocks, they move in the direction of that you dash. Not diagonally though. They can only move up, down, left, or right. The green blocks will move sort of like one length of themselves in whatever direction that they're going in. And the red blocks will move until they hit a wall. So sort of imagine the green and red bubbles in the base game, but blocks.
Exactly.
And we'll be using those to solve puzzles here. You'll see in a second. It'll make more sense in a bit.
And the speedrun of this is just, optimizing the puzzles as much as possible. So you can see the square I just collected causes any block that you've activated to be able to activate it again. So that is important for a lot of the puzzle solving as well. Here, I'm just not going to use the blocks at all with the Hyper Bunny Hop, and I'm not going to use the blocks at all with the Extended Demo Hyper. So,
yeah,
sorry.
If you look closely at the blocks, you can see they're flashing, and that's how you can know when you dash that they will move. And once the light is off, that means that you've used their charge.
Exactly. Here, we're going to skip
There's
this.
a cool little skip here, yeah.
By corner.
Usually you would go back to that block and use it again, but here you can just skip it.
Very useful. Oh, I need to jump.
Yeah, here you get this crystal again to make him go up.
I can see how you find this fun. This looks awesome.
Oh, it's
This level's
incredibly
so good.
satisfying. Okay, now I have to start remembering how puzzles work and using my memory,
So we have this,
which is tragic.
Yeah, we have this little crystal that we have to direct using these blocks to make it go into a coin. And that's where the big puzzle goes. This is a big hub with a bunch of branching rooms. So you see we have to move these blocks around to get the coins. While also navigating these rooms with all these blocks around them too.
It's very fun. Learning this hub world is really engaging. Oh, come on.
Yeah, at this point, I said this to Frozen the other day too. I'm honestly convinced that I don't know how to solve these
that's too
puzzles
fast.
anymore, and that all I have is the dash orders memorized, and that's it.
You're not using you just have the dash order, which is very funny. Oh, I did that wrong. Oh, I need to do it a little faster.
I've done that in Undertale, where it's I'll be running the game and it's I don't remember how to solve this puzzle, but I know what inputs to do.
Yeah.
You just know the buttons to
I don't know
press.
what's happening, but
Me entering my locker combination in high school.
yeah.
Oh, so true.
And then, you already thought that the level was fun and cool, right? It gets better. So this is kind of the intermission portion of the run, and then of the level, and we're gonna get to the really, really fun part quite soon here.
Yeah, so I mentioned a chase during Glyph, talking about jungle and Glyph both have chases. Well, here we have our other chase that I mentioned, that I foreshadowed, is there's a boulder behind us. It's coming after us.
It's so fun.
and you have to go as fast as you can to not get crushed.
It's such a really, like, when I remember playing this caption and being like, oh, what? And it's so fun.
It's so cool. It's like very like Indiana Jones-esque.
Yep.
It's cool. Oh,
I messed that up, so we're going over here, which I have not done in ages. Okay.
Yeah, there's a little secret route up there, but you know, if you mess up getting up there, you know, you can
I
just
just
back
took the
it up.
normal path, which I haven't done.
Yeah, that was a good
forever.
save.
But yeah, this part of the run is just really satisfying. This is the only part you can't just like go as fast as possible. You have to wait for the boulder to break it.
Yeah, one thing that I really like that the B and C side does for chapter 4 is it starts incorporating those like moving blocks, those
That was really fast.
green and red ones into the boulder chase. So it's like the boulder chase becomes a puzzle
Yes.
too, and it's really cool.
423 on that chapter is great. I'm usually looking for like
That was
an
solid,
under
yeah.
5. That would potentially be a gold for me. That was really clean.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, and now we're on to the final chapter, and we start off with this really cool section. The boulder has crashed into the floor, and now we find ourselves falling, and all these all the
Whoa.
debris from the temple is falling with it, and so we need to climb our way up before it all falls down to the bottom.
This is like one of the coolest moments I've ever in like custom mapping. Playing this
Yeah,
casually
what
for the
the
first
heck?
time is like, what? How did you
This
make
is wild.
this?
Yeah, I think this part is so cool, like just in general, but it's also really hard.
It's
to
like the
speedrun.
worst in the speedrun, I'll be honest. It's like the thing is the camera can be very frustrating, but it's casually
Oh, yeah.
it's incredible. It's really cool.
I can see how that would be an issue.
And so the
Yeah,
thing is
I
the
don't-
red blocks are the checkpoint. So I'm just trying to get to the checkpoint and get to safety.
Yeah, I'm not sure entirely how the camera works, but I think like it sort of like resets in a way whenever you touch these checkpoint blocks. So yeah, you know, if you fall down enough, then you'll hit the bottom of the screen and die. Like right
Like
there
you
was
saw,
pretty
I almost
close.
got completely owned.
But yeah, another thing that makes this such like a hard part to speedrun is since Madeline is so floaty and you're jumping up these blocks and to refresh your dash you gotta land back on them, so you're trying to fall back down, and because of like how floaty she is, optimizing your landings is sort of
Exactly.
a major source of time save, but can also be a major source of time loss.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, we make it out of there, and now we have the rest of the level. Right off the bat, you're seeing the first new mechanic is you see these walls are you can if you look closely are like covered in like this moss, and moss is slippery, so you can't grab those walls.
Yeah, if you've played the game
they're
before,
pretty
they're
much
just
like-
reskinned ice walls.
Yeah, they're just like the ice walls from Core, if you have played Core.
And the lighting in this chapter is really, really neat. I think the aesthetic of this ending, they did an incredible job.
Yeah, you sort of like crash land into like this cave underneath the jungle, and you're climbing your way back out of it.
It is definitely the hardest chapter of the speedrun. It's a tense
It
ending
is.
when you're going for like a PB.
This run, this chapter was definitely a run killer when I ran this. But yeah, we're coming up on our next new mechanic here, which is the lantern, which has a few mechanics. First of all, we're going to do a death warp. We're hitting a trigger that causes this lantern to fall in this room. But doing that before we hit a trigger that changes our respawn, so that way we don't have to go backwards. But yeah, so the lantern does a few things. The first thing it does is it makes the moss on these walls go away. Also, there's a snake there, by the
Hi,
way.
snake. It's so cute.
I don't think we don't have a name for the snake.
I don't
but
know the snake's name. Yeah.
Just say hi, snake, in chat.
Nick.
So yeah, the lantern does a few things. It makes the moss on the walls go away. Which that also, it's worth noting that the lantern is sort of a different holdable item than something like Theo or Jellyfish from the base game, and that you can still climb walls with it. You just can't dash.
Yep.
Another thing it does is it makes those like sort of like viney spikes like retract, so you can go through them, which is used a few times. Like right here, you'll see that you're able to like go through them because it goes away.
Yeah, it's like required in a lot of different rooms here.
Yeah, and another thing that the lantern does is it scares away the snake.
Yep. Here, I literally don't know how to complete this room casually anymore. We just do a upright demo. Like.
Yeah, another thing, I mentioned demo dashes during the Glyph run, but you can demo dash both. I was only doing horizontal ones in Glyph, but you can also do it diagonally or up diagonally more specifically, and also just upwards, which is less helpful in general, but still is helpful sometimes.
Yeah.
And also, if you another thing, the lanterns is sort of it's a similar idea to like Hank, where since you can't dash while holding the lantern, if you can skip using it, then
like
it's
here,
good. Like
I'm not
here,
gonna use a lantern. I'm just gonna go over this. Just gotta have a good extension there. Here I'm gonna try and grab the lantern with my dash at the same time. Sometimes it's a bit finicky.
Yeah, it can get a little tricky because the way you let go of the lantern is by holding down and pressing grab. So sometimes you can like fumble around with your controls a little bit before you actually let go of the lantern.
Exactly. And the music progression in this is really, really good. We're gonna start to see the lighting change, which is beautiful. Here, we're just gonna I love that strat so much. It just lines
so
up
cool.
incredibly. And
also here we have Bergie Bounce. We're gonna be bringing this block over here and then doing a wall bounce and just skip whatever the puzzle is.
I think that was late.
Ooh, that was cool.
Also here we have Bergie Warp. This works the same way as that
There we go. Wait,
that
no.
strat done in chapter 1, except it's a little bit harder. That looks good.
There we go.
There you go.
Bergie Bounce and a Bergie Warp.
Yeah. So I mentioned in chapter 1 how respawning works. Except that there's a little thing that the devs did there, which makes that one a little bit harder, which is they put a change respawn trigger up there at like the top of the entrance of that screen, which is meant to change your respawn to the point at the bottom of the screen. Except if you pause on the first frame of entering the screen, the trigger never loads in, and so you can just retry and go and skip that entire room. Goodbye, room.
It's great. It's really useful because that room is both of those rooms. Casually are really obnoxious. They take a lot of time. So having speed strats for both of them is very nice. And we're getting to the end here, and just how everything progresses, it's a very like triumphant ending. No, I didn't have the momentum. That was so weird.
Yeah, you just got like no
I had
momentum
no
off the block.
speed. Yeah, I gotta use this block and get over here. There we go.
There you go. Nice.
Getting to the end, but yeah, this pack's really, really good. Highly recommend playing it. And for any Celeste speedrunners out there, speedrun fans out there, you're gonna potentially recognize this next section. Please don't judge my strats, all right?
Say hi to the snail statue, by the way.
The snail statue.
If you caught it.
True.
Frozen, do you not know the snail statue?
I wasn't paying attention. I don't think so.
Oh, I'm gonna have to point this out to you
you'll have
later.
to see. I'll send you a picture of it. And
gonna love
time's
it.
coming up, and time. That was a really nice last chapter.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that
GG.
was good.
That was clean.
That's looks like a really well-made map. I don't even know how to describe it. It was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a great map.
it's very pretty. You can see this custom, like the custom mountain also is
Yeah, that's one thing.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
pretty. But yeah,
There's such obvious like passion and care put into this. You love to see it.
yeah, it's really, really great. So thanks for having me on. It's the first time I got to de-rust
Yeah, of course.
and play some Celeste speedrunning for a while. I've been doing Strawberry Jam casually for a hot minute, and so you all are going to get to see the beginner lobby speedrun next, which is going to be a ton of fun. But yeah, I've mostly been playing a lot of SJ. I also play a lot of Kaizo if you want to check me out over at twitch.tv/FrozenFlygon. And thanks, Comet, for always being my commentator.
Yeah, that
Before
was
we
fun.
take our quick break, our last one, I have something to say that I think is very, very relevant, especially to you, Frozen Flygon. Just a little reminder to everyone that Frame Fatales is Games Done Quick's all-women online speedrunning community, and the upcoming event Flame Fatales will run from August 13th through 20th. That's coming up real soon.
Oh, by golly, it is. I fly to the studio next Wednesday with some amazing people that I love very much. So please, everyone watching here, I would love if you tuned in to Flame Fatales. There's some incredible runs going on. You can go to gamesdonequick.com/schedule to see everything we have that week. There's some exciting stuff like Tears of the Kingdom run. Our finale is Octopath 2, which I am finishing up that game still. Yeah, so would love if you all tuned in and checked it out.
And while you are checking out the schedule at gamesdonequick.com/schedule, also feel free to submit a prize for the event. Use !FF in Twitch chat to submit your prizes. The last day to submit your prizes is August 6th. That is in 2 days. So submit those prizes for Flame Fatales. With that said, we are going to take our final break, and then we'll be back with one final Celeste custom map, Strawberry Jam. Do not go anywhere. Go get some water and come right back. We'll see you all very soon. Welcome back, everyone, to the final run of the night. Before we get started, just a quick reminder that your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel all go to support Games Done Quick Hotfix. So please consider subscribing if you enjoy the daily speedrunning content and would like to support Hotfix. But yeah, with that, we have our final run of Parallel Universe. You know, not the whole show, but tonight. Final run of all 3 Hotfix shows tonight. This is Strawberry Jam by Talia. It is the most recent Celeste map pack that is going to be shown. I didn't mention this. I should have mentioned this earlier, but we are presenting these all in chronological order, and I think it's been really cool to see how these packs have changed over time. But enough of my rambling. Take it away.
All right. Yeah. Natalia, as Helix mentioned, this is the most recent mod that you saw today for Celeste. It came out actually earlier this year, just a couple months ago, and as a whole, it really feels like a culmination of everything, like the modding Celeste, just into one mod, and it's really beautiful. I'm going to be running just the beginner lobby, which is one of the 5 difficulty lobbies. But yeah, the category is beginner lobby, also known as Bobby, as you can see by my file name. And yeah, commentating this run is going to be the wonderful Hornlets.
Hey everybody, yeah, I am Hornlets. I also run this game as well as the original main Celeste. So yeah, This will be a really fun run. This is a really, really good level pack here.
Yeah, I have heard some incredible things about this run too.
Yeah, when this came out, it genuinely felt like Celeste 2 and Celeste 3 just came out. I mean, I'm not lying. And yeah, without further ado, let's just start. I'm going to press begin in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Good luck.
And I'm going straight into the prologue before we go into the first lobby. It's going to be a quick introductory chapter. And yeah, as I mentioned, this run's going to be one of the 5 difficulty lobbies in this mod. And it's still going to be the longest run for today. So yeah, this mod is just huge. It's massive. It's so beautiful. I love this prologue so much.
Yeah, just already a quick shout outs to all of the artists that worked on this. I haven't played a ton of level packs for Celeste, but this one is just absolutely gorgeous.
Going right into the beginner lobby. And so the pacing of this run is going to be a whole lot like Quickie Mountain 2, where I'm just going to be going through a whole bunch of levels which have their own unique gimmicks and perks, and each level is going to be like an average of 1 to 2 minutes long, so it's going to be blazing fast. First level here is Loopy Lagoon, and this level is such a banger. I love the aesthetic of this level so much.
Y'all love cereal?
Also, this milk at the bottom actually kills Madeline, so Madeline is canonically lactose intolerant.
Oh no.
Yeah, so the main gimmick that you'll see in this level is these, I guess they're kind of loops of sorts. They're more square than the cereal, but you know. They're basically, whenever you grab onto them, they kind of move down and move back up, and then you can jump off of them to get some extra height. Or if you dash into them, you get an extra boost off of them.
Yeah. It's really cool to see this level make such a... have to use such a seemingly simple mechanic with all sorts of stuff. I'm dead. Yeah, this is also one of the longer levels in this lobby. It's gonna be just about 2 minutes.
Yeah. There are a few interesting skips that you can do, but a lot of them are really precise and not really worth it for the most part in a full game run.
It's really funny to me that like a couple minutes is one of the longer levels.
Yeah, every level is just gonna be short and gonna go just super fast, really. I mean, that's really self-explanatory, but even more so. Yeah, as Romans mentioned, one of the biggest skips in this level is right here. You can skip going around this whole section, but it's super precise and not even worth it, even though it takes like 7 seconds. But yeah.
Yeah, it's about 7 seconds, and I think you can try it like twice before it starts losing time, but it is very precise.
That was the first level.
Wow, well done.
Going to the second level is going to be Forest Path. And yeah, between every level, I'm going to be sent back into the lobby, which basically just houses all the little chapters within it. There's going to be traversing from each chapter to chapter. The routing of this category is actually really interesting. And yeah, this is the second level in the route, Forest Path. And the main gimmick is these dream block crystals, which turn any block into a dream block.
What the heck?
Yeah, there is a lot of like modded mechanics in this. Like, I believe most of the other mods shown were a lot of vanilla gameplay with just a little bit of custom gimmicks that they made full use of.
Yeah.
And every level here is just gonna have its own one, really.
Okay, that's awesome.
This level also has a few skips that you can do. Oh, you went for it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you can do a demo dash through the spikes there and use the dream block crystal to get through the wall there, and it's actually an intended skip as far as I'm aware.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's really cool there. It saves. I actually don't know how much time it saves, but it's an alternate route, and I think it skips a few rooms, so it's really nice.
Yeah, I basically went to the bear route. And it's really cool that it was intended. We love intended skips. This is Azure Caverns. This is actually the shortest level in the entire lobby. Look and you'll miss it.
Yeah, I think the record IL for this is like 24 seconds. It's really fast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool demos you can do. I'm only going to do the one at the beginning you just saw. You just basically set up from the block. And yeah, we're already in the heart room. This level is really short.
Yeah, I think it's like 8 rooms.
Yeah, but it's also really short and sweet. Like every level in this lobby is just such a banger. Alright, coming up,
really
very important bubble. Back to going to this bubble. This is a surprise tool that will help us later. Anyway, if my drive may bid you in.
Yeah, so this level here is what if Prologue was a full level? Prologue from the original levels.
I was just thinking about Prologue with how short that last level was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the gimmick to this level is if you'll see there are these vertical lines on the map, and whenever you cross those, there's a block that's going to start moving, and usually you can use it to either like boost yourself forward or land on a spring on it or something.
Yeah, I landed on the spring while I was moving. That's wild. I don't think that's happened to me before.
You could say that's never happened before.
Ooh.
Yeah, you gotta have one of those at least in every parallel universe.
At least one, yeah.
Oh, I just noticed you did that little jump there off of the spikes there.
Yeah. All right. Ooh, Tree Hive next. This track is so awesome.
This is a banger.
Yeah, the music for this mod is just also incredible. Like every part of this mod is incredible.
Yeah, the thing with the music with this is that there were something like 5 full albums worth of music that were made for it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I guess I understand because there's so much content here.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a full album for each lobby, and there's just so much good music across all of it.
Yeah. This mod took like 3 years to make, and it is absolutely worth every moment of the way.
This is exactly what Parallel Universe is for. It's just showcasing all of the passion and hard work that goes into these kinds of things.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the main gimmick of this level is these little dream blocks that let you bounce around walls. And you have all these cool puzzles with these traffic blocks and those dream blocks.
It's actually possible to skip that little moving block there, but it is kind of precise and doesn't usually end up saving time.
There's a lot of skips in this level that are super precise. I would recommend watching the DL of this. It is incredible.
There's a nice skip there here as well, where you can skip going further up there, and right there where you can do a demo back through the
Yeah.
the dream block to skip having to go up and over.
Yeah, this is why I love beginner so much. Like, you might have been wondering, oh, why are you playing the easiest difficulty instead of expert or grandmaster? Beginner just offers so much freedom of movement, which just leads to having just the coolest tracks ever. And I love it so much because of that.
I totally understand that, actually. The, like, medium tier Monkey Ball levels are some of my favorite to speedrun because I feel like they allow for so much more freedom.
Yeah, this demo here, that skips most of this freedom.
Ooh, nice. I don't think I've seen that one before.
Yeah, it's a relatively new addition. And yeah, this is
Yeah, if you
go ahead.
Yeah, this is the gimmick for this level is, as you can see, these little rose petal things that basically, I mean, if you've played Super Mario Galaxy, in Gusty Garden Galaxy, it's basically the same mechanic where you can grab onto these little flower things and you can like jump up with them 3 times in midair. And so that's kind of what it is here. And you may also notice that the music in this level is very reminiscent of Super Mario Galaxy as well.
Yeah, the music was also composed by Bean Jam, who you've seen earlier commentating on Quickie Mountain. Very cool.
Yes.
Oh my god, I can't do the stream.
This part of the screen is kind of deceptive. That the spring like really keeps your momentum longer than you think it would.
Okay. There we go. Nope. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Just gonna take it slow. There we go. Cheeky neutral drop there. Save a little bit of time. The aesthetic of this level is really awesome too. I love how the portions of the spinners are red. They're attached to like the green vines, just like kind of look like flowers.
Yeah, the aesthetics of this level are great. Especially if you get a chance to like look at the backgrounds of these levels. They're so detailed, it's so intricate.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
We're like 10 minutes into the run. I've already had my mind blown like 3 times.
Yeah, that's Strawberry Jam. When I said this model was incredible, I wasn't joking.
You really weren't.
Alright, I'll make a small spread here to go all the way up. Wrong way. There we go. Yeah, up next is Collapsing Skyline, and shoutouts to Hornless for letting me steal all of our strats for this level.
Yeah, this was one of the levels I kind of gravitated towards this one because it seemed like a very hard level to do fast at the start. but I really wanted to try and like push it to see if I could get some. Oh, you even got the
Yeah, I got the funny
my
under the
gosh.
block at the
the
start.
block push that pushes you down at the end there. It's really cool. Demo
Yeah, this is
here.
also just.
Second demo.
I think this is one of my favorite levels in the level in the level pack. It's just there's so much, or the yeah, it's just like it's kind of a maze, but there's like a lot of cool secrets to find in this level as well. And there are also a bunch of really fun demo dashes you can do to skip a bunch of the level.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of
Even
demo
this-
dashes in this lobby overall.
Yeah, that second last room as well. There's a strat you can do that involves 2 demo dashes that saves like a very small amount of time, but it's really cool.
That was unbelievable.
Alright, up next is Over the City. The gimmick of this level is that it's a fully dashless level, and you're using these little jump crystals that basically give you an extra dash. Extra jump, sorry, when you collect them. I'm out of stamina here. Yeah, this level is
Okay,
awesome.
this is one of the only things I've actually seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is another really good level. I mean, all the levels are really good, but yeah, I really like this one partially because of this skip.
Yeah,
right
I just
here.
skipped a third level, by the way.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so that is definitely the most precise trick in this entire run, or at least in this lobby. It's sub-pixel perfect, so there's a very precise setup that you have to do in order to get it to work.
And she nailed it so fast.
Yeah. Oh, I also,
Yeah,
by the way, I
that
just
was
skipped
really
another
good.
third of the level.
Oh, of course. As you do.
Yeah. Both of these skips were intended to a degree. The second one was more intended than the first one, but yeah.
Yep. Yeah, as you can see there, the ending is much tighter if you get the skip. Alright,
Wow.
for this water, we switch to Vista. This is, I believe, the second longest level in this lobby. It's just under 3 minutes. And the main gimmick of it is these pipes. And there are... Is this the first level in the lobby that actually uses the pipes? I never even noticed that. There's a lot of levels use the pipes.
I think
Oh,
this is
there was a
at least the
nice big
first
skip
one you're
there.
playing.
There was a big skip earlier where you can. There are some of these rooms that you can go into that are sort of like side rooms where you like can change the parity of these switch blocks and other stuff in them. But yeah, that first one you can just completely skip it by grabbing onto a tight bit of the ledge and then jumping over.
Go. Yeah. If you have a pipe and the wall is spiked next to it, there's just a tiny bit of ground you can stand on, and you can do a reverse hyper off that, which is what I just did. And
Oh, of course.
it looks really cool, but it's actually very well set up from a neutral jump from the pipe. And yeah, the other main gimmick of this level is these little toggle blocks, where you have these big buttons, and they switch the blocks that are active and the blocks that aren't active. And yeah, we're going to a little door, as Hornets mentioned before. The thing about these doors is that whenever you exit out of them, there's just a little bit of like blind gameplay where your screen is covered in like the black fade in transition, which is a little annoying, but it's very easy to work around.
Yeah, if you remember what the rooms look like, then it's not too bad. You only really need to remember the first couple seconds anyways.
Yeah, I imagine with enough repetition, it just becomes second nature.
Yeah. Oh, this room that's coming up is really cool. You're meant to wait for a dash crystal to refresh, but that's really slow. Go.
Yeah, that one's really cool. Just doing a little wave dash off of that tiny little piece of floor.
This is awesome.
Good backup I devised when I was learning this level.
Oh, that's... Okay, I need to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
I have lost a lot of time to that room before.
Oh, me too. Yeah, this is the heart room. All you done with it? That was actually pretty clean. Pretty 9.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Wow, well done.
All right, coming up is one of the more infamous of this lobby, which is a gift to the stars. And
Yep.
there are 2 levels in this lobby that are lean very heavily towards like being top levels, and this is one of them.
Yeah, so this is actually more of a puzzle level than it is pretty much any of the other levels are. This is the gimmick to this one is your dashes. I don't believe they refresh when you. Well,
Let's go.
yeah, they don't refresh when you hit the ground, and so you kind of have to juggle that. Oh, and there's also that right there. That
Yep.
skips like a minute or 40 seconds or something. By opening the menu on the first frame of entering the room, you can hit retry, and that will respawn you at like the base coordinates of the room. I'm not entirely sure what it's called, but
It's a spawn point, I think.
and then there's also another skip going on. This a very packed level. You can smuggle these time stop crystals, which that is what the gimmick of this level is these time stop crystals where everything will stop moving as long as you have your dashes, and then when you use up your dashes, time will resume again. And it's
Not supposed to grab that yet.
yeah, and so this ends up being one of the most sort of broken levels, if you will, in this level where you're in this lobby where you can just basically smuggle the this time stop crystals through every single room, which you're not supposed to be able to do, and that ends up saving way too much time.
Yeah. I think when I first did runs of this level, it was like 3-ish minutes or something.
Yeah, something like that. But now optimally, it's like under a minute and a half if you nail everything first try.
Yeah. Alright. Now we're in Triple Spear. This level is actually really chill. It mainly uses these green blocks that I'm fine. Yeah. It uses these green blocks that give you a double dash instead of just one dash. And also has these battling orbs. Just a lot of dream block movements. You really love to see it.
Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite levels in this lobby, at least. Yeah, just being able to get through this whole thing really smoothly. It's such a clean level if you play it optimally.
Yeah, it feels really good to pull off like a clean deathless run of this level.
And there is a skip towards the end. I don't know if you're going to be going for it. Probably not.
I'm not going for it, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty precise. And it's also kind of blind because you have to hit an off-screen dream block. Oh, there's a demo dash there. Cool.
Yeah, there's a buffer demo out of the wave dash, and it skips most of that room. It's really nice. Yeah, and I'm double jumping a lot of these dream blocks because when you can't use a dash, double jumping is significantly faster than single jumping out of dream blocks. Rare dream super right there. You never see those. And yeah, this is the room where the big skip is. You can avoid going around here by just like, dashing up to here to that top dream block at the end. But it has a lot of blind, precise gameplay. Am I dead? I'm sorry. Whoopsies. Oh, there's a checkpoint here. This level is very forgiving with its checkpoints. I feel really silly now. I just like spent a solid 3 seconds trying to think if I could save that when there was a checkpoint literally right there.
Also, there's a cat in this last room. There are.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's one thing about this this level pack is that there are a lot of just hidden cats around in the lobbies and in some of the levels.
You might recognize who made this
finding
level.
them.
This level was made by Frozen Flygon and Beat Jammin, who you've seen earlier on the stream. Yeah, all of it is basically a big reference to VVVVVV. And it uses these kind of flipping fields that flip Madeline's gravity. This was really trippy when the mod came out. There was really nothing like it before.
Yeah, this is still a pretty like hard level to get through just with all of the gravity changing. It's kind of, yeah, there isn't really like any other level, at least in this lobby, that's like this.
That's super cool. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, coming up is another major skip. So first I'm going to do a quick setup. You might not have seen this one before on this, but I'm not supposed to have a dash in this segment. And yeah, this segment's supposed to be mostly dashless, but by doing like precise, not really precise, just kind of particular movement there, you can make it so you set your respawn trigger after the trigger that takes away your dash. So you can basically just play that entire section with a dash, and it saves the whole time. It's really cool.
Yeah.
What did I just watch?
Yeah, that's a cool skip. I have not seen that.
Yeah, I saw that one in the cast, and I was like, is this humanly viable? And it turns out it very much is. It's actually not that bad to pull off.
I love stealing strats from the task. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to the Strawberry Jam casters, but this is not the way you're meant to go. Yeah, shout out to all the casters that worked on testing this collab. It was a huge testing effort, as you can probably imagine, and they've gotten down just almost sub 3 hours. It was so awesome. I'm looking forward to when past hits sub 3 hours. Yeah, this is the final room. I'm gonna do a quick demo through the middle here.
You're doing that demo.
I fumbled the pausing. Luckily, the death cycle isn't bad at all. Wow, that pausing sucked, but I'm alive. That's all that matters. Yeah. I believe that's the third one. Actually, no. No, I'm wrong. Disregard what I just said. I'm spreading misinformation on the internet. Alright, up next is the squeeze, and the main gimmick of this level is these 1 pixel gaps between these tiles that you have to kind of line up yourself up with these traffic blocks to be able to clear.
Yeah, this one's got some fun skips in it as well. Well,
Yeah.
fun in some sense of the word, at least. Yeah, so one hard thing about this level is that whenever you grab onto these traffic blocks and you want to like drop off of them, you can't drop off too fast, otherwise you'll die because it'll fling you into the spikes. So
There's a cheeky pause setup to get into that 1 pixel gap. Shout out to Eugene, by the way, for like basically every single pause setup you've seen in this run. They're basically the pause master. Oh, I'm fumbling.
yeah, this skip is very precise. Like getting to the other side of the traffic block isn't too bad, but you have to like jump a very specific amount to be able to grab the dash crystal without hitting the spikes and without missing the dash crystal. So it's a bit of a hard trick. And it's like not the full jump either. You have to jump like more than the low minimum and less than the maximum.
Yeah, it's a bit finicky.
Wow.
Alright, the long trek here, all the way to the right side of the lobby. Big lobby
this is-
movement.
The longest lobby section.
Yeah.
Any lobby enjoyers?
Alright, coming up is Strawberry Orchard. And this is the Theo Crystal, but it actually has Strawberry Jam instead. You're bringing it back to your car. Really awesome. That works. I did not think the jam would end up there, but I guess it's more lenient than I thought.
So this is another level that has a bunch of fun Easter eggs in it. There are just a bunch of like hidden rooms that just have fun little bits of text and fun sprites and whatnot.
Yeah. I'm also going to be doing a whole lot of what's called heal ultras, where I'm basically canceling the like end check for a ultra by grabbing the block, which lets me preserve speed even though I shouldn't be able to get an ultra off because I don't have enough height. I can't go there. No, I can't do that. This level is really funny to mess up. Yeah, I'll just do that. I believe this is actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first ever level that was Showcase Full A in Strawberry Jam. Because it was showcased on Archithon a couple years ago. Oh wait, shouts out to Archithon.
Yeah, that does sound familiar.
Yeah, that was the level. Ooh, okay. I need a small breather. Coming up next is Paint, which is the scariest level in this lobby by far.
It is the hardest level for sure in this lobby. Hard side notwithstanding, but...
The thing about Paint is that the whole level is a big global cycle of cassette blocks. So if you mess up at any point, you are in improv mode. And it's also the longest level. It's the cherry on top.
Yeah.
This level is just awesome casually because it has such a pretty art style, and it even has a story, which is just it's so impressive for this small collab level to just have its own kind of story. I'm dead.
Yeah, this is another level where there's just a ton of secrets hidden everywhere.
This is so visually impressive.
Yeah,
I love it.
That doesn't usually.
There are also some like split paths here. So like right there, Talia went down on the lower path, but there's an upper path that you can go on that's different. I don't actually know if it's easier or harder, but
I think I'm going on the fastest path. I don't think this level has been fully mapped out, but I'm pretty sure I am.
It probably you are.
Yeah, I think I'm going on the
hearing
path.
from
Path goes on.
I'm hearing from chat that the creatures in the city are canonically called friends.
They
That's
very
awesome.
much
I didn't know that.
That's so good.
Nah, that skip is hard. Oh, that you were not supposed to be on. That's awesome. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like the global cycle in Paint, you'll just have these paintbrush lasers that are just on whenever they feel like they're on, and it's really hard to react to, and it kind of makes this level a nightmare to run.
And it's not even just like it's sometimes even if you think you got to the room fast enough, like sometimes just if you were like a few frames slow, sometimes it can just wait another cycle to like move a platform, which it's very hard to deal with in a speed run.
All right. Yeah, we're coming up into the last section of Paint where we'll get 2 dashes. That was a lot of like similarities with Summit. I think it was heavily based on Summit. And yeah, it even has these checkpoint flags. Okay. Reacted to that. Oh, by the way, it also has a bunch of stray hitboxes that we can use. Like these tiles actually have collision, and I can stand on them.
I did not know about that.
Those sort of stuff. I think this song was also made by Bean.
I think that's right, yes.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine how much work had to go into this because, like, this is a cassette level, and cassette levels, like the music for cassette levels, it's just getting it to work is a nightmare.
Oh no. It's happening again. Okay, that wasn't the cleanest paint, but I'll take it. Yep.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. I think next up is Forsaken City. We're not at Dropville yet. Yeah, the main gimmick of this level is that it uses a lot of city gimmicks and a lot of core gimmicks. So you have these kind of on and off fire and ice modes, while also having these traffic blocks. And the cool thing about it is that, unlike horror, it gives you your dash back if you land on ground. So it actually has a lot of cool movements.
This level is also really cool because in this room right here, there's a switch you can use to switch it to either hot or cold, and you actually don't need to hit it. So you can do this room and every subsequent room as either hot or cold, and it's a different experience which temperature you use.
Yeah, I think I initially locked out which one is faster for RTA, and I'm pretty sure this is the faster route.
Yeah,
I'm doing that setup too well. That to be a little suboptimal for it to work. There we go.
Yeah, so the cold side is definitely faster, but it is also significantly harder, at least in my opinion.
All according to plan.
Hey, it all worked out.
Love me some scuffed forward block movements, but yeah, oh boy. Up next is by far the most infamous level in this lobby, Dropzil. So this level is entirely based on puzzles that let you allow your pixel to fit into pixel perfect gaps at the end of the screens, and I'm gonna do absolutely none of the rooms their intended way. That setup is hard. I messed it up, but there's a backup. If I can get back up even. There we go. Yeah, you're supposed to put these Kevin blocks into precise locations to let you go into these gaps, but that's really slow, you know. This room is kind of mostly intended way, but maybe not at the end. This skip is always really inconsistent, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I've always had trouble with that room as well.
Yeah, we're in the final room. This level is just a treat to watch. Really, there's really nothing like it outside of like Modded Celeste. Maybe I'm celebrating too soon. I still need to finish this. Oh, why did that not work? There we go. Don't get subpixeled. Awesome. And yeah, that was Dropzil. I did 0 rooms the intended way.
Yeah, that is definitely, especially if you haven't practiced that level, that is definitely the most frustrating level in this speedrun. But it's a very cool level casually. Just trying to figure out all of the solutions. It's really cool.
Up next is Soap. This is one of my favorite levels in this lobby. I love the aesthetic. It's very, very soapy. Also, I love the rubber duckies around the level.
I don't think I've noticed those. They're so good. Yeah, so as you can see, there are a lot of demo dashes that you can, well, a few demo dashes that you can use to skip significant parts of rooms in this level.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to skip most of this room. The precise ball bounce at the end. There we go. I celebrated way too early. There we go. Okay. I got scammed there.
One other thing worth noting about this level is that things like springs and bubbles don't actually give you your dash back in this one. You have to land on the ground or get a crystal.
Yeah.
And I guess the other thing is that a lot of the cycles with moving platforms in this level are based around the timing for bubbles, where if you just like hold the direction and don't press dash, so if you don't use a quick bubble, it's based off of those timings. So most of the time you have to not use, like you have to force yourself to not do a dash, otherwise the timings won't work out.
For a really cool skip here. Okay, back it up. You can make it all the way across there, but it wasn't meant to be. This last room, I don't think there's much you can do here to skip it, so I'm gonna take it chill and slow and let all the setups do the work for me. Oh, I almost died there. That would have been tragic. A funny boost. Yeah, that was Soap. Ooh. I think we're at the last 3 levels of the run already. But excluding Heartside.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
up next is Seeing is Believing. The gimmick of this level is that you're supposed to kind of play it blindfolded with a friend guiding you, but you can't exactly do that, and that's also really slow, so I'm just gonna use it as a kind of move and playground. Don't worry, it's gonna have its revenge in the Heartside room. Just wait.
Yeah, so normally what would happen is if you choose the multiplayer option, it will just completely black this, or wait, how is that? No, right, sorry, the single player option normally is, it blacks the screen out and then Battle-In will tell you sort of like setups to use, but you obviously can just completely skip that and it makes the level a lot easier.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying it will have its revenge at the Heartside room, just wait. Alright, time for Cassette Clips, which is the other level that is fully comprised of global cycles, but this one's a lot nicer in paint. I think it's a lot more lenient, or at least feels like it.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as long, and there are a significant number more skips in this level than there were in paint.
Alright, another first frame retry to skip a respawn set trigger that lets you basically just work to the end there. Oh, that's annoying. This level feels like it never goes well, honestly. But it is really cool. Alright, this section's cool. We do 2 rapid fire deck warps. There we go. Awesome. And get
Nice.
all the way back down here with the key.
Oh, well done.
That was clean, yeah.
Aw, didn't make it far enough there. Pretty nice cycle for the last room. There we go. I could have it. There we go. Awesome. That room is scary. If you die there, you can lose so much time. But yeah. Next up is the last normal level in the run already.
Wow, this is absolutely flown by.
Celeste level is also really cool. It doesn't really have any like concrete gimmicks, but kind of the level design is really different from what you see in most Celeste mods. Most of it is like very vertical. You're kind of going up like a big spire, and that's just awesome. Also allows for very cool movements.
Yeah, just the aesthetics and the level design is just a really unique level in that regard, and it's actually, I really like this level because of that.
Yeah, I had to go for an intended skip there where you just kind of go around the outside of the spire. Oh no. Trying to get the double boost from the clouds. There we go. Awesome. Got the scary skip. Gives the majority of the room. It's actually really precise, and it's all like dependent on the cycle of these floating moon blocks. So if you don't get it, it's really hard. I'm really happy I got it first try.
And also the thing about these skips is that, in this level at least, is if you do them, you generally skip all of the respawn points in between the last one ends where you are now. So like you go back a long ways if you die.
That's the scary skip. I even got that first try. That's like awesome.
Yeah, that's just, I love this level. It's such a cool level when done fast. I mean,
Right.
casually.
Remember that bubble we took earlier? So throughout these big lobby screens are a bunch of benches that you can use to wrap around. And going into that bubble lets me unlock the bench next to the heart side. So I can just kind of walk there. That's just a big part of this route. Oh, get in! Okay. Now it's time for the heart side. This is the longest and the hardest level of the lobby. You have to get all the hearts to unlock it, and it basically combines every aspect of every level that came before it into like different flags.
Yeah, so there's one flag based off of each of the levels that was in the heart in the lobby. So there were, I believe, 18 levels, so there's that many flags in this level.
I think there were 21, really.
Was it 21? I might be
saw
confusing
flag
it with
21 at this.
Okay, yeah, 21 then.
Yeah, flag 21 was at the start there.
I must have been mixing it up with
I
a
need
different
that.
lobby. And a lot of these rooms in the heart side just have a bunch of fun skips that you can do in them.
And the skips sure are fun. Alright.
So every few screens, you're going to come to these rooms that are just kind of breather rooms, I guess. Just like a little bit of a transition before the next one.
And for the revenge of seeing is believing.
What in the...
So you're supposed to follow these instructions that Balin's giving you to like actually traverse through the level, but I know what the level looks like. Kind of. Good enough.
Wow. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. It's so hard to learn, but it's kind of satisfying to pull off.
I bet.
Yeah, I've done that with the original, like, seeing is believing level. I learned the whole thing completely blind, and it's really fun, but it's hard.
Going past all of these levels that we've played. I really love the hard side in this pack. I think it's just a really awesome climactic finish to a lobby.
This is ridiculously cool.
And I love how, like, the movement often, like, just transitions so well into the next level.
The hard side creator was really good. Such a good job. I think every level, every, like, room in the hard side was made by the original, like, map creator, and they had, like, the hard side mergers had to, like, put them all together, and that's just crazy that it turned this incredible.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Again, just so much passion in this custom map. You love to see it.
Alright, who loves counting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. I love counting.
Yeah, so this is kind of like what a gift from the stars would actually look like if you played the level without all of the skips. Just like a bunch of puzzle rooms where you have to collect things in certain orders and all of that. And yeah, unfortunately, there's no way to skip it in the hard side.
Speaking of skips, another first frame retry there, and I'm not supposed to have 2 dashes in this section. I use that retry to skip a trigger that sets your dash back to 1, and it kind of breaks these screens apart. Especially this next one, where I can do a really cool pause strat to skip all of it. Oh, that's early. Flawless pausing. Never seen anyone do it better. Yep, totally. Oh, I'm good.
There's a fun thing to do in this level, this room.
Big boost. Yeah. And yeah, since over the city takes away your dashes, you no longer have the double dash. So the dash trigger skip section ends there. I used the jump.
Yeah, so there was a big skip that happened just there. You're not supposed to be able to jump to the platform on the right with the dash crystal. But if you, like, hold jump while you when you climb up and you hold jump and then try and jump up again, your, like, vertical speed is slowed just enough that you can get, like, just barely onto the platform. It's like 2 frames or something.
I got that double jump. Oh, no, I need to keep my dash. There we go. Awesome. Oh, I'm throwing. God. Alright, so the ending of the hard side is actually a really precise section of a couple of rooms that use a global cycle, so I really do focus there. Didn't hold right for long enough there.
Yeah, this dropsel screen is... it's like there is a good setup for it, but it's easy to fail, and if you mess it up, it's like it wastes so much time.
I messed it up. I should probably retry it. Like, for him. I pray I got the correct cycle for this last room. Nope. Oh, just a little late. That's fine. Maybe? Maybe not fine. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna take it easy.
So there's a really fast cycle you can do in this last screen that is very, like, not necessarily super hard to do, but you need to have the cycles start at the right time, and just every movement is just specifically planned, and you have to be very precise with it. But it's really satisfying to pull off.
I realize I haven't put any cat this one, guys, so here we go.
Perfect.
And a couple of ultras, and that's it. That's time. That's actually a PB by like 30 seconds.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, let's go.
Actually, more like a minute.
Wow,
I didn't
GG.
want to say it, but if I played that hard side well, that could have been world record.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
really good run.
That was beginner lobby.
It was 4 awesome runs. Thank you so much for showing Strawberry Jam. There's so much cool stuff in there. I
Yeah.
can't even begin to describe it.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of credits at the end here. There were so many people that worked on this whole map pack, and it just turned out so well. Like, I can keep the scrolling for like 30 seconds to a minute, maybe. I don't remember how long these credits are. There's so many people.
Yeah, I mean we can keep it up as we do our outro, so to speak.
Yeah. Also, every lobby ends with like this little cute cutscene of Madeline going around the actual lobby room. And by the way, I'd like to
That's
remind
pretty
you that this was just the beginner lobby. This is 1/5 of Strawberry Jam. There's also the intermediate lobby, advanced lobby, expert lobby, and grandmaster lobby. So there's just a whole lot of content to have it covered in this run. And if you liked what you saw, make sure you play this for yourself. It's just an incredible experience.
Yeah, huge vouch. I mean, I said this earlier on in the show, but Celeste is one of the games that comes to mind to me when I think of, custom maps, custom levels. So it was really cool to be able to show off 4 of the best custom maps that the community has to offer. You can tell that there's a lot of time and care put into each of these, and it's just really nice to give them the spotlight that they deserve.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having us on this show, Felix.
Hey, thank you, both of you, and thank you to the entire Celeste community for making these, for hanging out and chat. Make sure you all tune in tomorrow, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, for a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 anniversary special. That'll be going on for about 6 hours or so. Yeah, definitely tune in tomorrow. It'll be a good time. 1 p.m. Eastern. Unless there is anything else that you two have to say? Question mark?
Well, that's about it for me.
Yeah, I think
Cool,
that's
well.
it.
Thanks so much. Then we are all going to head out for the night. I hope you all can get some good rest, or maybe you're on the other side of the world, you're in a different time zone. I hope you are able to have a good day. With that said, I've been Helix. I will still be Helix when we're gone, but I have also been Helix, and we're heading out for the night. Thank you so much for watching.
Good night.